my lovelies, and welcome to our Age of Sigmar battle report for today. My name is Luka from MiniWarGaming.com, and I am joined by my guest Andy from Detroit and from Grey Matter Gaming. We are going to be playing 2,000 points of Skaven, mostly Eshin and Scryer, against some Lumineth Realm-Lords. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
We play and call it work.
MiniWarGaming's Age of Sigmar battle report.
Let's take a look at my Skaven list today. A little bit of focus on Eshin with mostly Scryer today. Leading the entire thing, I will have a Grace here. You'll have the Master of Magic command trait. I gave him Skaven Brew as an artifact, and he'll know Skitter Leap as a spell just to get around the battlefield a lot more. Now, I should note that my grand strategy is spell casting Savant, so the idea is to keep this guy alive. But Skaven can protect their characters well enough. We'll see how that actually plays out. Now, I got a lot of focus on assassination and magic in this list. So to go along with this Grace here, I have an Arch Warlock who will know Merciless Blizzard from this season of War's lore. And I'll have a Warlock Bombardier as well that knows Chain Warp Lightning. To unlock the full Eshin capabilities, you do need 3, it says heroes, but I think Deathmaster is the only option. So I'm running 3 Deathmasters, and I'm going to try and have a lot of fun with this one. It gives them a lot of options to take out enemy characters, but we'll see how that actually ends up working out. Now, to go along with them, I am running I was debating on doing a couple battle regiments, but I want to have some fun with the artifacts available to Eshin, so I went with 2 Warlord battalions instead. So I'll have a lot of command points available to me and 2 extra artifacts of power. One Deathmaster is going to have the Far Skitter cloak, so he can just veil himself in his cloak and reappear somewhere else on the battlefield. And then the other one has a similar mechanic. It is the Gnaw Bomb. So he'll throw a bomb on a piece of terrain and turn that terrain into a Gnaw in addition to what it is. It essentially just unveils a Gnaw in that area. So I'll be playing with 4 Gnaw. The rest of my force will be 3 units of Clan Rats, 1 unit of brand new Storm Vermin to act as a bodyguard for the Grace here, 2 Warp Lightning Cannons, freshly engineered. Clearly they're going to work well. And 2 units of Gutter Runners, 3 Rattling Guns, and of course a Warp Lightning Vortex since I have such a focus on magic already. And I'll be 20 points under Andy, which means I'll get my Triumph. I'm just going to go Indomitable because I expect lots of rats to be running, and I might need to inspire more than once a phase. So that is the plan today. Now we're going to go take a look at the Lumineth Realm-Lords.
I'm Andy from Grey Matter Gaming, here with the Lumineth Realm-Lords. My sub-faction for this is Sayar, so I get the extra Ether Quartz for this, and my grand strategy is Control the Nexus because Lumineth has a lot of wizards. My general is going to be a Venari Lord Regent with his command trait Consummate Warrior with spell Speed of High-ish. I'm also taking Cenari Cathalar with the Silver Wand for that extra spell, and a Huracan Wind Mage with Healing Zephyr. I have a Spirit of the Wind, and I'm taking 2 special characters, Elani and Elithor, the twins with Overwhelming Heat, and also the Light of Eltharion. My battle line are a unit of 20 Venari Wardens with Ethereal Blessings, a second unit of 10 Venari Wardens with Protection of Hysh, and a unit of 5 Dawn Riders with Speed of Hysh. I'm also taking 2 units of 5 Wind Chargers, give me some mobility there. I have the Shrine Luminor, of course. I'm also taking 3 Endless Spells, the Rune of Petrification, the Aethervoid Pendulum, and Burning Head to hopefully get some battle tactics out of that.
Today's battle plan, very fitting one. It was random though. Limited resources today, folks. We have 6 objectives on the battlefield, as you can see, scattered throughout both players' territories. A couple of them are bordering them in the middle. Otherwise, the 4 remaining ones will be completely in a territory. We will be deploying along the long table edge of the battlefield here in a Dawn of War style deployment, more than 9 away from the other player's territory, so we're 18 inches away from one another. Now, scoring victory points is pretty standard in this mission. It's 1 for 1, 1 for 2, 1 for more, and then 2 if you completed your battle tactic, and then 3 for a grand strategy if you're able to accomplish that by the end of the game. Whoever has the most amount of victory points after 5 battle rounds will be the winner. However, the water in this location obviously very valuable, and the river runs right through it, so siphoning it is the name of the game. So once you have scored an objective, you check to see if you had control of it at the end of your last turn as well. And then, if so, you have siphoned all of the resources you can for your forces. You can still contest it against the enemy, but you can no longer control the objective. So it's kind of grab, score, move along to the other objectives, and rinse and repeat while the enemy's trying to do the same thing. It's a rush through the middle, trying to get to the resources in the enemy's territory. And that's the name of the game. Don't forget, if you guys want to come by and play some Sigmar with us here at MiniWarGaming.com, go to MiniWarGaming.com/challenge for all the details. We cover many other games as well, so if you play like Marvel Crisis Protocol, Middle-earth Strategy Battle Game, any of those games, Bolt Action, Flames of War, whatever, you name it, we'll play it if we got the time for it. Go to .com/challenge. You'll talk to Josh. You'll figure out all the details there. Don't forget, if you're watching this, it probably means you like Age of Sigmar just a little bit. Steve and myself, we stream Sigmar every week, Wednesdays, 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time over at Mountain Miniatures. That is Steve's channel. So if you want to come by, say hello, hang out for a little bit, watch us play live, make fun of us, fumble over the rules, you're more than welcome. One more thing to note is we had time for a little post game at the end of this video. So if you want to come by and listen into a little bit of essentially a podcast, we talk Warhammer, talk shop, and if you're skimming through the video and you just want to listen to a couple of dudes talk Warhammer, then well, you know where to find us. We'll be at the end of the video after the game. And let's take a peek at our battlefield before we dirty it up with our models. We got ourselves a brand new battle mat here at MiniWarGaming. This one is the Sandy Dunes, and it is from greymattergaming.org. If you want to check them out, they have many other designs available. Right now, we're fighting in the desert. But if you want to see what else they have available, go and check them out by going to the website in the description down below or greymattergaming.org, like I mentioned. A couple of other shout outs for some terrain here is printable scenery available on the MiniWarGaming Forge, much like the score tracker I'll show you in a little bit, and a Gale Force 9 river here. We are going to go ahead and deploy our forces. We've already figured out where we're going to be deploying. As you can see, I have some of the knotholes down, though I guess with the knotholes it's kind of vague. You don't really know where the Skaven player is still deploying, but I feel like the Lumineth terrain piece kind of gives it away. We'll be right back once that's done. And we have returned, and we are deployed. Now, Andy and his Lumineth definitely finished deploying before me because he had a battle regiment plus some homies. I, myself, had 2 warlords. Luckily, most of my stuff was hidden, but I still had about 8 drops. So these are conversions. They're not the rabbit riders. What are they called?
The Huracan Wind Chargers.
On the Foxes. We got the Wind Chargers there. We have Eltharion, and then we have, I assume he's your general. I can't remember his name.
No, general is...
Regent or something, right?
Venari Lord Regent.
That's it. So he's hanging out right there. We have a reinforced unit of wardens?
Wardens.
Because the Sentinels have bows.
Yeah.
Even though it's like the same word. They have different things. We have the Cathalar up in the piece of terrain. I don't know what that's called.
Spirit of the Wind.
That is right there. And then we have, can I remember? The Dawn Riders?
The Dawn Riders.
Nice, look at that. And then we have more of these guys.
Wind Chargers.
Wind Chargers, Wardens. The name character, Twins.
Oh... Elania and Elithor.
Okay, perfect. And whatever that is. It's a test. I don't know what any of this nonsense is called.
The Wind Rider.
You know what? The Cloud
Wind
Rider.
Mage. Wind Mage.
There we go. We found the Wind Mage. Kind of looks like Goku, with the color, the Scaven, the cloud riding, and all that stuff. Otherwise, that's it for your deployment. Is anything hidden and in reserve?
Nothing hidden in reserve. Everything's on the table.
Well, for me, I got lots of things hidden and in reserve. So I had 3 rattling gun teams. I hid them in... They can only legally hide in the Clan Rats, which I got 3 units of Clan Rats right there, or the Storm Vermin. So of those 4 units, 3 of them have a rattling gun team in them. I revealed them, at the start of the shooting phase, I believe. I'll figure that out later. And then I also have 3 Death Masters in the list. Now, I didn't mention it earlier, but one of them is clearly a proxy Realm-Lord. I wanted to run... You either deal with the proxy or you get no Eshin rules. It's one of the two, so I'm sure you guys don't mind the one proxy. I got a really old Deathmaster, I got the new Deathmaster, and I figured I'd just use an armored Deathmaster in this case to be in the list. It doesn't really matter. They're all hidden and they hide in the same units. So I got 3 Deathmasters. Now, the Deathmasters can hide in the Gutter Runners as well. And I got 2 units of Gutter Runners infiltrating somewhere on the battlefield. So I got lots of things hidden everywhere. But I got my Gracier, who is my general, who is my Endorian Locust, who I have to keep alive until the end of the game, right there. I am running the Bombardier near he's going to be the engineer operating the Warp Lightning Cannons. And then I have an Arch Warlock on this side of the battlefield hanging out. Otherwise, I just got this 1 Clan Rat unit off to the right, and that is kind of it. Now, you, sir, you have all the power. Do you know who you want to go first in this one?
I do.
Who's it going to be?
I will go first to take out those Warp Lightning Cannons.
Boom! 2. I hope you probably, you know what the worst part is? You probably can, and that's what makes me sad. It will be turn 1 for the Lumineth Realm-Lords. Just going to show off how we're going to keep track of score in this game here. Before we get into it, I'll be player 1 on the left. Andy will be player 2 on the right. Using the D10s to keep track of the battle round scoring. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then you just add them up at the end, plus your grand strategy to see who the winner is. I'll start with 3 command points. Andy will have 2. And this is available if you want fun for yourself at the MiniWarGaming Forge, made to order. Or you can just buy the STLs. You can get them in gray plastic to paint yourself, or get them printed in color, like this one is. And with other designs and patterns, as well as other gaming accoutrements, if you want to check them out. What is the plan for the battle tactic?
We're going to start with Blind the Enemy, which means I have to cast 4 spells, or from 4 different units have to cast spells. I have 7 wizards on the table, so
should be doable.
Hopefully I can get that done with other courts.
Do you know what you want to do for an action?
For action, I'm going to do Heroic Leadership from the Cathaller.
All right, bring it on. That's a 2.
That is a failure.
I don't really know if I care to do anything because I already have wizards, so I'm just going to leadership on my grace here. All right. We got to roll for Primal Dice. I got a 2. I contribute nothing and nothing.
And I have Andorian Acolytes.
That's right.
So on a 3-up, I get another one. Nope.
Okay, guess I get no Primal Match days right away. While Andy is thinking of spells, I do have to roll for my Warp Spark tokens. I get D3 plus 3. I don't have enough Scryer guys to get D6. I've got 4. That's pretty much all I need anyways, I guess.
All right, we'll start with the Venari Lord Regent. He'll be doing the Greater Power of Hysh. Needs a 7.
Boom, boom, boom.
Gets 7. It off on a 7. That's D3 units to get the Power of Hysh, which is the mortals on 5s instead of 6s.
Yeah, with their fancy
that
elf
basically
weapons.
Affect these 2 units.
Which Warlock's in range of that? I guess I'll try and throw some dice at Dispelling there or Unbinding that magic. Nope, that's not going to work. That's a 4.
Okay, so
and you'll get 2 units affected by that.
Which will be those 2.
Perfect, easy enough.
This unit of Wardens, they're going to do Ethereal Blessings. That's on a 5.
So that does not go off. It's a 6 apparently. What would that have done?
That would give them Ethereal.
Oh, nice. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Next, we'll go with the Knights here. They're going to go with Speed of Hysh.
Speed of Hysh.
And that goes off on a 7. That doubles their movement to 28.
Yeah, I got to stop that one, or at least try to. The Grey Seer will be the one to try and stop this. He does.
He does.
Nice. He has 1 more Unbind in mine. Ooh, actually, because I'm going second, I gotta pick my fancy wizard too while we look at more spells to cast. So it'll be the Grey Seer. I was just double checking if it doesn't cap out. He can cast and unbind 3 spells. He's just as good as Archon the Black, and he's got rerolls on all of them.
We'll do the Wind Mage next. He's going to do his War Scroll spell, Wind Blast Vortex.
Okay.
And he failed that, but I will use an Ether Quartz to reroll.
Boop. And they do have 2 perk as the
Subfaction Syar.
With Irresistible Force on that one.
And that would be drained by the Cathaller, so he doesn't get negative bravery, but I can't pass it off because no one's in range.
Okay, so it just sends it off into the winds.
Yep.
What does that spell do again?
It's basically like a magic missile or arcane bolt. He holds on to it, he throws it in his shooting phase, and on a 2-up, it's D3 mortals, has to be within 9 inches.
Sure, you just got to get around then.
The twins are going to cast Mystic Shield, and well, I guess I don't have to declare a target now.
Hey,
but on a 7 plus 1.
I got no way to stop it. Too far away.
So that'll be Mystic Shield. Will be on them.
And their second spell.
Second spell, they're going to do their War Scroll spell, Salvation of Hysh. Give themselves a 5-up ward. They do on a 9.
Okay, fair.
Okay.
Is that your last casting?
Nope,
I
have.
These guys there.
They have a cast, and then she has 2 casts.
Okay, that'll probably say the Grace here for her 2 casts. All right, and then
they're going to do Power of Hysh.
Give them some wards.
So that goes on a 4. That's not going to get off.
All right, and then we just have the Cathaller's couple spells up here.
Yep.
A lot of this is coming down to the Cathaller there. This is the last spell you'll need for the battle tactic, but we're in a wizard battle because I also have the Grey Seer here.
Yep, so she has the Silver Wand, so she gets 2 casts. We're going to start with Total Eclipse, casting value of 9.
Okay, well, this is one I definitely don't want to get off. Oh!
on an 11.
I'll try and stop it with the Gracier, might as well.
You got to reroll too.
And I got to reroll, and I get bonuses. Oh, I got a 10, because it gets +1 for that nearby, but not quite high enough. So you'll get your battle tactic, and I have to suffer with the total eclipse, which is, if anyone's unfamiliar, every time I issue a command, it costs an additional command point, essentially. I think, right?
Yep, that's it.
Yep.
And then...
Until your next hero phase, yeah.
Yeah, until my next... So that'll last through your turn too.
Yeah.
So that's a biggie. And then her second spell, she will do Arcane Bolt.
All right.
And on a 9, that gets off.
I'm trying to stop with the Gracier. His third unbind. That's a 7, goes to an 8. Reroll. Got it. Stopped
it.
Stop the bolt. Didn't stop the total eclipse, though. And that is it for the hero phase, I suspect.
Yep, on to movement.
But you do have your battle tactic complete because you cast, it was like 4 different spells.
Four different people cast spells.
Nice.
So 1, 2, Wind Mage, and the twins.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Okay, that is it there, folks. We're going to go right to movement. And we're going to show you where some of these things want to end up. And we are moving these
Wind Chargers.
up and over the river. I don't like the fact that you have I keep forgetting Lumineth have a crap ton of range capability, so I was a little aggressive with my Warp Lightning Cannons. And this is where they're ending up here.
And I have to take them out because they're in range of all my characters.
And yeah, I know it's like I get it because they can just all the Lumineth have protection, but like the Warp Lightning Cannon just circumvent most of the game's protections.
And I didn't get my ward bubbles up.
True.
So I got my offensive spells up, but the only ward up is over here.
Yeah, so like you just look at them the wrong way and they might... I mean, it's super random on the Warp Lightning Cannons. In theory, even if they die, I might have just rolled 6s for them anyways and then killed themselves. So it's hard to predict what their potential is. So better to take that risk out of the equation for the Lumineth. So they're going to move up there. What do you want to move next?
I'll be moving the Spirit of the Wind.
Alrighty, we'll figure out where we want. Zipping up over the river as well. Pretty much a max move right in front of my forces here.
Yep.
Oh, that's scary. Here comes the Wind Rider, the Cloud Rider.
Wind Rider will be coming up.
Here come the twins up and around this way.
These guys will be moving up to join them.
And if anyone's curious, they're able to move so easily because they are on magnetic movement trays. Turn them upside down. Give us the DQ Blizzard. There we go. Yeah, so these are movement trays designed by Grey Matter Gaming. They are light, essentially like a fridge magnet. If I had to attribute them to anything, it's a light magnet, but a light magnetic base, but it's strong enough to hold the models, as you can see here. And obviously great for the Shining Company. Great for large hordes of infantry. They come in different designs. This one is specifically for the Shining Company, I assume.
Yep.
And then they have ones that are like more like stretching coherency or tightening coherency. Again, lots of options available if you go check out the websites.
Yep, only $2 or $3 each, so available discounts in bulk orders. So for your whole army is usually about $30 to $40.
That's a heck of a lot cheaper than other options out there. And again, magnetized. So like if your models are already magnetized for travel, in cases, you have to do no work.
Mm-hmm. And the trays themselves are magnets, so they will stick to your Magna racks or whatever you might have for your carrying case too.
Well, there's a buffer in between then. So it's an even bigger surface for them to kind of stick onto. Nice. Excellent. Yep, go check them out. Again, greymattergaming.org. It will be in the description down below. We're just going to go ahead and move the rest of the stuff off camera. We're going to show you where it ends up. I think you guys have a pretty good idea of what's going on here. The time of the Skaven is over. The time of the elf is now. And nothing too wild on moving over here, just posturing mostly, just defending the river, defending that objective. Eltharion moving forward, he cares not, apparently, for any threats coming his way. Lord Regent staying in the back there, and then the Dawn Riders broke Shining Company, and they're going to stay back there because they have the speed of Hish. They can just get into the battle whenever that spell decides to pop off. So it doesn't really matter. Actually matters like very little where they are because they can just get to any part of the battlefield. Realistically. And that is about it for movement. I'm not going to redeploy or anything like that because it's going to cost me 2 command points, and this guy essentially blocked it because I'd love to redeploy in front of the cannons. Obviously, I can't now. So with that, we are good to go to shooting. Any idea where you'd like to start?
I'm probably going to start with the simple one, and I'll start with these foxes into that cannon.
I have one cannon right there. Fair. I'm going to use 2 command points to all of Defense's cannon from the Gracier. He does have one free one from the leadership. Hopefully this matters. I don't know. I'd like to keep these guys alive as alive as I can. We're going to use an Aether Quartz to give them +1 to hit, and I assume the Catholic is just going to absorb that negative energy.
If he's in range.
I actually have no idea what the range
18,
is.
yep.
Oh yeah, you're good.
Yep.
Off to the winds with it. Boom. Well, how close do I have to be for you to reallocate it?
18.
Same idea? Okay,
Yep,
well,
18.
no negative here. It just circumvents your negative on that one. And again, all into here. We're all out defensing.
2s to hit.
Because of the Aether Quartz there.
Because of the Aether Quartz.
Oh, there is one miss.
Pretty good. 3s to wound. Alright, not bad, not bad. Had 1 rend.
Looks like we have 7. Normally on the Warp Lightning Cannon, better than I thought. It goes to a 3-up, so back to a 4-up. I will take 3 damage. I believe they have 8. I have 5 remaining. Moving on to Eltharion. What's he going to do?
He's going to do his searing darts of light at one of the biggest threats on the table, the clan rats.
So he like conjures magical light with his swords and shoots them out.
Just shoots darts out, kind of like Link, right? On a 1, nothing happens. On a 4, D3 mortal wounds.
All right, well, that's going to be 2 dead rats.
2 dead.
Just going to go, ay, ah. Then the Spirit of the Wind, which is this monstrosity, is going to go ahead and put out some shots again. This Warp Lightning Cannon, all out defensed and 5 remaining wounds.
He's actually going to be shooting into the other cannon.
Fair.
To try to kill that one with shooting and then maybe take the other one out in melee, depending on how he's doing. So he is 4 attacks, 2s to hit.
Ooh,
oh no!
Okay.
That's not good.
I'm getting a little lucky here.
And then 3s to wound. 2 rend.
Rend of 2 is going to break through most of its armor. It's not really well forged, I guess. 6-up save. That's a 4.
And D3 damage.
D3 per. That is. Ooh, it's going to be a clean hit, though. 3 damage. And we have 5 remaining wounds on both cannons. Excellent. That's it for shooting. Because I assume they don't have much range. Or...
only a 12-inch range.
Okay, well, they're very close range.
Yeah.
All right, fair.
His end of shooting movement.
Oh, yes, true.
He's going to move into actually exactly 3 inches away.
Sure.
Because he's going to probably kamikaze himself and charge on in, trying to take them both out.
All right, well, we are there. Are you ready to charge?
I'm ready to charge.
Roll it up. Aye.
6. He makes it in.
Good enough. He's going to go right into both.
Yep.
He'll get some clan rats in there. Little Eclipse griefing me here, but I will. I'm pretty sure all reasoning here lets me unleash hell with one of the cannons. There's no reason not to. Just their shooting is not locked to a phase, nor is the more warp lightning ability. So whenever they go to fire, before determining it, as long as there's an engineer within 3, he can tune it up to allow it to do more damage. So we are going to juice up this Warp Lightning Cannon, I think. It does run the risk of me rolling like a 6, doing no damage, him killing himself, and then giving you a clear target, but that's Skaven in a nutshell.
That's the dream.
That's the dream. So we are going to unleash hell with this one. It's going to cost us 2 command points. It's going to fire 12 dice because it's going to channel it up. But first I have to roll the power. I want to roll a 1 or a 2 here to realistically threaten the Spirit of the Wind. We're going to get a 6. Oh, no! So, high rolls are bad. We don't want high rolls here, so I'm just going to roll this twice.
The beauty of Skaven.
So I'm taking D3 mortal wounds, and you're taking 2 mortal wounds. And I'm taking 2 D3 mortal wounds, and you're taking just 2 mortal wounds
2
yourself.
mortal wounds.
So I'm going to say take 6 mortal wounds and die.
And I have a 5 aboard.
Yes. All right, I do 1 damage to you. I spend 2 command points to kill this thing, and then that's all I got. Scaven! Can't get mad at him. You have no control over their capability. No other charges. I will reveal some assassins. Sacre bleu! There's 2 assassins! We got 1 in the clan rats over here, and then the Claw Lord will be the ones that was with the storm vermin here. This is the one that has the skitter cloak, and then the other one I haven't revealed is the one with the knob bomb. So the actual Death Master models have the 2 artifacts. I don't know if I'll be able to use the knob bomb all that great, but whatever, I'll try it out. Anyways, that is them revealed. You still get to fight first, though. Well, with 2 things, but you only have 1 thing engaged. The question is, you can still pile away and slink out of the situation, or try and go for the kill on the cannon, or one of the assassins, or whatever you want to do, and then weather the storm.
I am going to try to take out the cannon, but I am going to pile in this way.
Away from that assassin?
So that way the other assassin's out of combat. His melee weapons are 3 inch range, and he does not need to... He can pile in any direction up to 6 because he charged.
Yeah, so he could charge in and actually just leave if he wants to. That was well within Andy's decisions there. Yep. So that's okay. Not bad. Not bad. So you can put all the attacks in the cannon?
All the attacks going into the cannon.
I got no way to defend it other than dice, so let's roll them up. You have to resolve his impact hits. It would have been just the 2 targets there. What's the range of it? 1 inch?
1 inch.
Yep, so it would have been 2 Warp Lightning Cannons. It's after you finish a charge move, before I resolve Unleash Hell. It was the order to be chosen. So 3 up for a mortal wound on that one. And then it would have been a mortal wound on the other one, but it's dead, so it doesn't really matter. This one's got 4 wounds left, and I believe I'm like -1 to hit.
Nope.
That's not a thing.
Oh
Okay.
no, you are correct. You're correct until the next combat phase.
Perfect. Well, we're gonna go ahead and still attack over this way.
All right. His 2 attacks from his bow. There's 2s by 3s.
Okay, right off
There
the
we
rip
go.
of the miss. Excellent.
Just like there we go. He's
Perfect.
good. And
Excellent.
his swirling sands are D3 hits or attacks. So 2 attacks, 3s by 3.
All right, got a hit. And
1 rend, 1 damage. So he'll be alive.
Warp Lightning Cannon saves the damage there, and then I am free to attack. Well, the assassin is ever eager to get in there, I suppose. He'll pile in around and go stabby, stabby, stab. No, don't forget, I get +1 to hit and wound against all characters. You have no negatives to hit, I assume.
Correct.
Other than your impact hit.
The
but
impact hit from the cannon.
because of the weird order of operations, the assassin is immune to it. Or not affected by it in this case.
I'm going to use an Ether Quartz and all-out defense, so that way hopefully I can negate some of this rend.
Ooh, fair. There's no need to really eat it up with the Cathalar. So in the end, you're going to be ignoring my rend and gaining a bonus to your save with the double stacking there. But if I just roll nothing but 6s, we're good to go.
Yes, I am.
Oh, I got no 6s at all. I got actually like mostly misses. Oh, 1 miss. 2 scared me. I forgot I got +1 to hit and wound. And 4 wounds. +1 to your save, whatever that might be. I assume it's a 3-up.
It is a 5-up. So I go.
So it's a 4-up.
I go to a 4-up.
All right, 4-ups then. Let's go.
But I also have a 5-up board after this.
That's true. Yeah. You make every single
Wow.
save. Oh, look at that. He was ready for this.
Makes up for all his misses.
Yes. And then I'm just going to keep going with these clan rats, I suppose. Will be, I just counted, I lost track, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 rats. 16 because of the champion rat in there attacking. They get extra reach based on their unit size. So in this case, they get to fight up to 3 inches. They got 20 models in there. They have 3-inch reach. 4s to hit. Hey, not bad. Good job, little guys. We gotta hit that again, though. There's a miss in there. Hoi. And 4s. That is a grand total of 5 saves, actually. All right, that's not bad.
So 5 you said?
Yep.
So 4
4-ups.
armor.
Oh, I can't get through this
There we
guy's
go.
armor.
1 goes through to his 5-up board, and
1.
he'll take that.
1 more damage. All right, that is effectively the turn. You got your battle tactic.
Got my battle tactic. Took out 1 cannon. 1's halfway down. That Spirit of the Wind isn't in a good spot, but he'll tie up your shooting next turn.
Yep. So I'll have to figure out a way to sneakily get through that. How many points is that thing?
180, I want to say.
Oh, it's not that bad. Minus 250. That's. There's a big difference when it's like 70 points like that. Okay, well maybe it's definitely working well because I want to kill the Cathalar really bad with this, so that's gonna be kind of hard. Anyways, I lost 2 rats over here. I think their bravery's probably 5-ish, but I have to go look. All right. So the banner is retreat and charge. The bravery 4, so I'm losing 2 rats. But at the end of the battle shock phase, D3 swarm back to the unit, so I'll get back 3. So in the end, I lose 1 rat. D3 joined back into the fray, and you are on 1, 2 objectives, 3, 4 objectives, which is more than me. So that'd be a 5-point turn for the Lumineth. But obviously, the rats are going to have a lot of potential to make something happen here. We're going to be super aggressive and hopefully get a nice turn with some shooting and just try and crank it home with another turn of good shooting and see where that takes us. And updating the score on my turn, I got 0, but I'm going to hopefully get some victory points here. Those are my Warp Spark tokens and current command points. And then 5 points for Andy there. Let's see if the Primal Magic dice are kinder to us. Not yet. Okay, and you still get to roll your 3-up, I believe.
Yep.
Yes, you get 2, I get 1. And I got to pick up Battle Tactic. Well, the Skaven have a new one called Flee, which is typically just bait and trap, but a little bit easier. So I might as well, since I'm lined up for a bait and trap, I'll go for a bait and trap this turn. I got to retreat with 2 units and charge with 2 units, and I got that lined up here. Otherwise, my heroic action, since things are going to cost me more, I definitely need a leadership, and that's going to go on my Grace here. We are not going to hit it. That means I can't do any orders.
I'm also going to do a heroic leadership on the Cathalar.
No. Not quite. Okay. Okay. As for hero phase, well, I got lots of that, I suppose. First thing I'll cast is Mystic Shields from the Gracier. The only downside would be oh geez, I could Merciless Blizzard this guy. Let me double check. Let me rethink my battle tactic here. I'm not gonna bother with the Merciless Blizzard. Just I'd rather have my battle tactic available. So what I will do is I'll start with the Gracier still. I'm gonna go with the Mystic Shield as his first spell cast. I got it with a 7 because we're near the shiny thing here. So if you want to stop that with one of your many units in range, I could.
Who cast that one?
That was my Gracier. With the Regent, you're going to try and stop at an 8. Well, that's good enough to stop Mystic Shield. That's his first spell cast. His second spell cast. He's got Skitter Leap or Arcane Bolt. I wonder what his built-in spell is. It's like Wither or whatever. Yeah, I could Wither, but I'm probably just going to Arcane Bolt. Boop. I got it with a 9.
It's the Wardens.
Wardens. 8. No, we do get Arcane Bolt on him. Then his third spell. Well, I probably should have done him a little bit later, but we're going to go ahead and do the Warp Lightning Vortex. And hopefully roll well. Okay, we'll take it with a double 6. And then I'll throw a Primal Magic die at it as well. Well, okay, so we got a 15 in total because of the modifier here. That one is cast with the Irresistible Force. So that's him casting it. So we'll set that up. And then, because I cast a spell that rolled a double 6, both players gain a Primal Magic dice. So it's free, technically. But yeah. On top of that, he can't cast any more spells. But that's okay, that was his last spell. So I'll set up the Warp Lightning Vortex. Like we're playing Warhammer Fantasy 8th Edition again. I get my big spell off, there's nothing you can do about it. And we're going to go through some misery here. So it's going to hit my own guys as well. But whatever, that's fine. So immediately, every unit within 6 rolls a die. On a 4th, they take D3 mortal wounds. You get +1 to the die for every additional element of the storm you're nearby, which I believe has to also be 6. Like these guys would be within range of 2 of them. And then on unmodified rolls of 6, it is D6 mortal wounds instead of D3. I will be rolling for many of these, actually pretty much all my stuff. Well, minus these. It's like the Clan Rats, the Cannon, the Deathmaster, the
Spirit of the Wind.
Spirit of the Wind. Whatever those are.
Wind Chargers, Wind Mage.
The guy in the building. Probably those guys were within 6 of that.
Yeah.
And then it happens again at the end of my movement phase. And then at the end of Andy's movement phase, if he doesn't get rid of it, it's truly horrible. Sorry, and they cannot run while nearby it either. So all of that in mind, let's start. I'll let you start rolling for my stuff first. So we'll go ahead for the Warp Lightning Cannon on a 4+. No, the Deathmaster. No, the Clan Rats. Oh, yeah. D6 mortal wounds on the Clan Rats. They were not ready for this. That is 5 dead Clan Rats, everyone. I am going to go ahead and lose 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 of them, I guess. There we go. Bazapped. And then I will have the pleasure of rolling for yours. The Lord of the Wind here is going to suffer 3 mortal wounds from it.
All right, 5 up ward.
Zap takes 1 damage, not bad. Then whatever these are,
Wind Chargers
on a 3 up. Oh, because they're near 2 pieces, they're going to suffer 3 mortal wounds, okay. Which probably kills just 1 of them, I assume. Or 1.5, maybe.
1.5.
Eat that. And then we have the guy riding the wind or the cloud is not going to eat it because he's only near 1 piece. And then these 2 were nearby within 6 of this.
Yep.
So I'll start with the Wardens, and then I'll do the Cathalar afterwards. So the Wardens are going to suffer 2 mortal wounds, and then the Cathalar is okay. There we go. And we do that all again at the end of my movement phase. So luckily I didn't take too many hits, just the Clan Rats, but they are expendable. And I'm going to keep on casting spells, I guess. I got this Bombardier over here. He's going to cast a Regular Warp Lightning. I'm not going to risk supercharging it because you are Lumineth and you have a lot of ways to unbind it. Plus you have, I think, 3 Primal Magic dice. So let's go ahead and do Warp Lightning. I got it with an 8.
Right.
It does D3 mortal wounds to this guy if it goes off.
I am going to unbind it with the twins over here.
You get a +1 to this roll. So that's
on a 7. What did you cast it on?
8. So you need to show a 9.
I cannot use this to re-roll. That's only for casting, so it goes off.
All right, so D3 mortal wounds to the dumb wind guy. 3!
And 5 up wards. Oh no!
3. He's got 2 wounds left. I gotta chill. I can't kill him. I need to actually be able to retreat from him and charge the thing. So the rest of my spell casting is moot, I suspect. I have this guy over here, but he's not gonna, he's got Blizzard and Warp Lightning Storm, so no to both of those. Will be the end of my magic or hero phase. I'm gonna go right to movement. I am gonna focus more or less on just making sure I can get 3 or so of the objectives, maybe even 4 of them over here, just to get the 5 points for the turn. So with that in mind, we are gonna run these rats. 3 extra inches. I'm gonna just run to there, staying away from the front line of that stuff in general. More trying to secure this objective. I am going to retreat with the rats and the Death Master, just so I can trigger the first part of my battle tactic. Or let's try to stay 6 inches away from the Warp Lightning Storm as well, so we're just going to move 6 inches that way. The Death Master is going to... And the Death Master is going to move 7 near those clan rats. So we've retreated 2 things. Now it's got to charge with 2 things. I'm going to keep the Warp Lightning Cannon in combat, so Buddy Boy here can't redeploy. And I'm going to reposition the Storm Vermin and a couple of the characters around it. I'll show you where they all end up. We're just making a line with the Storm Vermin, keeping the Arch Warlock behind them. We tucked in the Bombardier. He's still going to operate this if needed, but bringing the Assassin in this direction as well. Hopefully going to just kill him with some shooting, maybe, and then I could free up to use the cannon elsewhere. But that does... Oh, that's not true. I got to move these guys as well. They're going to run. Actually, yes, I don't want him to die to shooting at all. I would much rather something else die to shooting. So, with that in mind, I hope the Warp Lightning Storm doesn't kill him, but it might. And if he does, well, I had no control over that. Well, kind of. These guys are going to run all the same. An extra 1. But they will, however, get +2 to it for their musicians. So they ran 9 inches that away, right to the objective. Would you like to redeploy anything?
I'm going to redeploy the Wind Chargers.
All right, Wind Chargers, D6 on their move. 6!
6.
Ooh, very
wow.
nice. They're getting out of here.
They're running back to here.
Bye-bye. That's where they're ending up. Okay, and that brings us to the end of the movement phase. We got to roll for all of this again. Roll for my Warp Lightning Cannon. It's the only thing that was still pinned down. And on a 4-up. Okay, no, it dodges it yet again. Now, I want to fail this one. This is against your Lord of Wind. Oh, D3 mortal wounds. 3. Oh, he's got 2 wounds left.
So do I want him to die here?
You could choose not to use his ward save and let him die. But that means I'll be free to shoot. Oh, he's got a wound left.
I got 1 left.
Interesting. It was an interesting predicament because you either deny me 2 victory points, but it gives me free shooting with the cannon, which is kind of scary because it could just kill the Cathaler back there.
I was counting that he was dead anyways, so hey, he's done his job.
So tying this up for a turn is quite good because I still can't afford to shoot it. So actually forgot to attack with the crew. That would change up a little bit too much in case he died. So I think it's... I would just choose a completely different battle tactic. The whole turn would be a little different. So it's probably easiest just to drop it and forget that. Assume they did nothing at all, much like the rest of my stuff did in combat. All right, for the rest of the stuff, these guys here, I'm going to roll for them. They're going to hit a 2, so they're okay. They have to be near all 3 of them. The character back there is going to roll a 6 and suffer 2 mortal wounds, which isn't too bad. 3 remaining wounds. And lastly...
Yeah, both of these.
Oh, yeah, let's do the Cathaler up there. She's fine. And then the Wardens are also okay. So that's the Warp Lightning Vortex result for now. And then we are going to move on to my shooting phase, which I don't have a whole lot of. In fact, this guy might just fire for the sake of firing. I guess I got to reveal my weapon teams as well. So all 3 of these units had weapon teams. So Rattling Guns, Rattling Guns, Rattling Guns going to pop out here. We're going to pop out boom there, and this guy's going to pop out from that one. They're all staying in range of the Arch Warlock, so we can feed them all Warp Spark tokens when they go to fire, which I'll just do right now. And when he uses a Warp Spark token, I believe on a 1, he suffers mortal wounds at the end of the phase. I'm just going to roll it now before I forget. So revealing the Rattling Guns and using the Warp Sparks at the start of the hero phase, I'll choose the order they happen in, I'll reveal, then use the Warp Spark tokens. So they're out and they're all 2 damage. And we're going to try and send them out that way. I can't do any all-out attacks or anything because of the Total Eclipse. So we're just going to hope the dice work out well. And obviously we're going to push the big red button on them when that comes up. But I do want to start with the Bombardier. He is within range to fire a Doom Rocket at the Wind Riders.
Wind Chargers.
Wind Chargers. We, of course, are going to go more and more Doom Rocket. Instead of his Doom Rocket being D3 shots, it is D6 shots. But every roll of 1 to hit, he suffers D3 mortal wounds as it is not a dud, but it explodes in his face instead. And he can only really eat 2 of those before he dies. So it'll be D6 shots. Whoop. It'll be 4 instead of which is not bad. 4 instead of 2 in that case. 4s to hit. No 1s. And 3s to wound with the Doom Rocket. 2 wounding hits at a rend of, I believe, 1 on them.
All right, they're a 5-up armor, so saved 1.
All right, 3 damage. Kills 2. Boom, boom. Yeah, it's D6 3 damage shots, indeed. Yeah. And you're just playing a shooting game. All right, rattling gun time. I'm going to fire this one into the Wardens. Would you like to all-out defense?
They are going to use an Ether Quartz and all-out defense.
And then, is there any range to put the Ether Quartz on me yet, or is she just sending it off still? The Clan Rats have gotten close enough to eat the negative energies of the Aether Quartz. They're bravery 3 now for the rest of the game. Well, fine. Still going to obviously hit more and more hot burning warp lead. Normally 2d6 shots, but they're going to open up their gimbal limiters, and which is obviously. And then instead of 2d6 plus 3, it's 4d6 plus 3 shots that are 2 damage each. However, any rolls of doubles, they are destroyed. But they're going to die anyways on Andy's turn, so I might as well just go for it. I got doubles, they're dead, but they resolve their shots first. So it's going to be 14 shots. 4s to hit with all their shots. Boom, boom, boom. Ooh, not
That's
bad.
pretty good.
That's a spicy roll. 4s to wound, though. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 saves that you ignore the rend of effectively, and you're getting a plus 1.
And I get +1, so they're at a 3-up armor.
But it still kills 6 of them because it's 2 damage each.
Yep.
That's a nasty hit. And then my guy's dead. I screwed up. I should have shot with him first because of the range limitation. So that guy dies. That one's going to fire. Same target because they're not like the longest range. And I do want to put a lot of pressure on these guys and get them out of here if I can. So we are going to, again, release the gimbal limiter and go more and more hot burning warp lead. And we're going to fire 46 shots. Okay, that's not what you want to see, but it's going to be... Oh, did I do the math? Yeah, I did the math right. Oh, I didn't add the +3, did I, from the last time? Let's add the 3 into this roll. So I'll add 6 to this roll, technically, because it's all the same target. Anyways, so 9, 15. It's the same thing with the extra 3 I missed from last time. It was 14 last time, so this one will be 15. And see if they get as lucky. 4s to hit, again, a pretty average-looking roll initially. And then 4s to wound. There was one more. Hey, okay, there we go. How would they all wound? Wow. Yeah, 8 again. 3 ups.
3 ups. 2 die for each failure.
Okay, only 4
That's
died that
better,
time.
so 4.
Well, we're still losing some elves, though.
Oh, no.
Every elf life is a valuable one. And the gimbal limiter, which was protecting them, obviously led to their demise. The last one will fire into them as well. There's no point in really firing until... I gotta check the range on this one, though. It is in range after checking. Same thing, 4d6 plus 3 shots. Boom, boom, boom. And we got doubles, but we got pretty much max shots.
Wow.
That is going to be 25 shots from that one rattling gun, and then it's out of here.
Hey, he did.
I'll have to hit and everything. Here's 15. Now it's going to reroll 5 misses for the 25. Hey, beautiful. Boom. There you go. That's 25 shots. We got 14 hits. And, oh, not bad. 4. It's actually less overall. Still 7 wounding hits. 7 of them. 3 ups.
7 of them. 3 up. I might survive.
Not bad. 4 more.
4.
There's just a couple of elves left.
Alright, so I'll leave this guy, because he's the...
Good job, little rattling guns. Unfortunately, you're all dead now. I think that's kind of it for my shooting. Now, I know I didn't bring in the rest of my assassins. I want to hold on to them for a little bit longer. I want to see kind of where you want to commit to and all that stuff before we get into it. But we are good. I'm going to forego the rest of my shooting, because I, again, don't want to risk killing this thing. I'm going to go right to charging, and we are going to start with the Storm Vermin. Getting a charge in there. They're going to go up to 10. Charging in the formation to protect my characters from shooting, but more importantly, leaving a lane for the Arch Warlock to get in. Now, if I screw this roll up, I got nothing I can do about it. Dice. That's my battle tactics. Goofed. Well, I could charge with them.
You can charge with your Clan Rats,
Yeah, I have to use them as a backup. With a 5, they'll make it. I guess that doesn't really matter that much. That's why Clan Rats are nice. With the banners, they can retreat and charge. I'm just going to go like this. I don't really expect much out of them. I'm staying 6 away from Mr. Warp Lightning Vortex and whatnot. That stuff. I'm going to cheat a little bit and just put the Storm Vermin in a position that, in case he did fail his charge, he'll still have Lookouts there protecting him. Okay, that's my battle tactic complete. I'm charging nothing else. At the start of the fight phase, he's going to shoot his Arcane Bolt at that guy, and you'll get a 5-up board save. See if it helps. All right.
I'm done.
I don't have to roll anything. I'm good. That's it. We killed him. Got him. And that is effectively my turn. I could pile in a little bit, but I don't really need to. Just more or less staying away from... Well, this guy can't help it. He's still within range of it. So at the end of my turn, got 2 points for the battle tactic, and I think I'm on 4 of the objectives. So it should be a 5-point Skaven turn. But I do owe you morale because they lost 5 rats.
Yep. And I'm going to use. She gets a free command ability once per fate or once per turn, so she'll do Inspiring Presence on them.
Absolutely.
So
yeah.
they're not running away. But I use my last command point for their all-out defense, so I will need it for the 3 wind chargers I lost to.
Right. Bravery 7, so they're probably going to stick around. Lost 3.
I'm good.
Good. You need to roll 5 up for them to run
Yep.
away. Okay, well, that is it. I got 5. Well, I got to roll mine. They're actually Bravery 3 right now. Ooh. Plus 5. Boo, boo, boo. So I rolled an 8. No, I rolled a 10. I'm going to lose 7. And then I'm going to get D3 back. And then they're going to get D3 back. So I'm going to lose 7, gain 5, sorry, gain 3. So I'm just going to take 4 off. And then that goes back up to full strength. No, it doesn't really matter. Right there. Boom. And 4 from over here. Let's go with the 1, 2, 3, 4, I suppose. And then it would be more. They'll come back. I'm not going to do anything too fancy or technical. Do anything with my command point. Okay. That's it. Not bad. We got a priority roll. Yeah. 3.
You get it.
Oh, no. It's kind of what it's set up to do. But I guess we'll go for it. We'll keep Skavening our way to victory here and hope for the best. We'll go to turn 2 for Skaven. Let's just do it all again. We get to do all that again. You can dispel it. You can still dispel it, though, which is nice. So not a lot of great things. We'll take the double turn here. You have the option to dispel the endless spell. You can rally your guys, and I'm still under the effects of total eclipse. So I only really have 1 command available to me in a realistic manner. We got some primal magic dice to roll. Ooh. I'm contributing 1, you're contributing 1, we both at 2.
Acolytes? Nope.
So we both get 2, and you get to pick one of your wizards who's going to be a little bit better this round.
Oh, yeah. I'll pick the Wind Mage.
All right, fair. Yeah, exactly. All right, so battle tactics, there's only 2 that I can realistically do right now, and one of them isn't super feasible. So I'm going to go with lead into the Maelstrom. I have to charge with battle line character and have a couple units in combat at the end of my turn still. So I got units in reserve, give me lots of opportunity to charge with, all that fun stuff. And yeah, my action is going to be leadership, I suppose, on my general. Nope, failed that.
I'm going to do Heroic Recovery on the Wind Mage.
Yes.
Have a leadership 7.
A
I
6.
get it.
You're good. D3
so
wounds back.
D3 back. 1 back.
He's got 4 wounds left. And then there's several things you would like to do before I go into my spell casting. You definitely want to try and dispel this, and you want to rally. You want to get the rally out of the way over here?
So I'll do the rally over there first.
We are missing 16 of them.
16.
6 up is an elf who wasn't truly destroyed by a round.
Only 2?
I got 6 now instead of
I'll take 2.
3 and 4. Keeping them in shining company, absolutely. They stand right back up. They did not move. And then where would you like to start trying to dispel this?
I'm going to dispel this from her because she can get a free reroll from the shrine.
All right, looking for a 9 to dispel it with a reroll. Is 8 to cast, if anyone's curious. It's a dang,
and
good roll. Good roll. I guess it frees me up to go through the gap here, and I can't recast it, but it means you won't be zapping your characters as much. On to my casting. Well, we're going to have a Mystic Shield from this engineer, I think, which we'll get on an 11. He's too far away to get the +1.
I'll do it from these guys because I have extra unbinds. Need a 12, so you got it.
Alrighty. Mystic Shield on the Storm Vermin to try and keep them a little bit alive, or keep them alive a little bit longer. The rest of my wizards are pretty much here. I'm going to try and Skitter Leap him and do not Merciless Blizzard because that got eroded for the better. Some people are trouble players who try. Someone else plays Skaven here who also did nasty things like that.
You used to be able to dreaded Skitter Leap him over.
Boop.
And then
I guess it'd be him doing it.
You
really.
dreaded Skitter Leap over the Greyseer,
Yeah.
who then eats his Warpstone to 3d6, casts the Blizzard, and then he Skitter Leaps himself out
because it's
a new different spell.
Exactly, yeah. So you'd be like, pop, dead, pop, and you just like an assassin who moves around the battlefield. That unit's dead. Boom, back to back to this thing.
Yeah.
Boom, pop over there. Next turn, kill that thing. It's just an unstoppable force. Unless you just roll a bunch of ones, then there's always that. But sometimes you don't. Anyways, with that in mind, he's going to cast Skitter Leap and something else. Doesn't really want to cast Wither, so I guess he'll Arcane Bolt. So he got an 8. I hate it when I do that. He got and then get the stupid vowel. And
I'll do it from my Venari Lord Regent.
Okay, no bolt. Fair, fair. Then we're going to try the Skitter Leap. Yeah. Skitter Leap. I'll re-roll that. He's a Master of Magic. Ooh, an 11. And I'm not going to use any Primal Dice.
All right, I will do it from the Wind Mage.
All right. Don't roll high. Ooh.
On a 4, I have 2 Primal Dice. I'm not going to spend my Primal Dice. You can Skitter Leap.
He's going to Skitter Leap. Poof. And poof. Back here. Hey. And then he's my last spell cast. He is going to cast Warp Lightning Storm. And I am going to push it against my better judgment, but we're going to try and make it work here, yeah. I'm always greedy when I play Skaven. I either lose fast or I win fast, which goes against the grain of my philosophy of the game, but you know, it is what it is. Oh, you cannot unbind it because I'm throwing a Primal Dice at it.
Oh, no.
So we get the big one. The normal version of the spell is 13-inch range of Warp Lightning Storm from his little backpack there, and magic, I guess. D3 mortal wounds to D3 units. Now it's D6 mortal wounds to D3 units. I can still only hit 1 unit with it, but D6 mortal wounds is still pretty good. Anyways, because like we both gain, you're actually at 3 primal magic dice.
Yep.
And I'm at 2 because we both gain 1.
Yep.
All right, so we're going to pick D3 targets here, and it's going to be just 1. D6 mortal wounds to 1 target. Who is going to get hit the most by that?
They got 3 left, 4 left,
and then
they're untouched.
And they would just lose D6 models from it, which is still devastating. I'm going to go for the Wardens, and they're going to lose 4 models. Not bad. Good little storm. Nasty Skaven things. Okay, we're good to go to... Now, he can't move, as per Skitter Leap, this turn, but... I think we're in a position just to kind of hang out and just see what we got here. So I do have to charge with a couple things, move with a couple things, and see where that takes us. I am going to move forward with this unit here. As they move up, we're going to redeploy.
Redeploy, it'll be the free one from the Shrine Guardian for round 2. 1.
1 entire inch. Excellent. Okay. They're backing it up. They want to... get their numbers back up there. Okay, so the rest of my stuff I don't have to worry about redeploy, so I guess I can go wherever I need to, if I need to, and we are going to... I got charged with the character, that's where it's a little saucy, so I think this guy is just going to move, because I need him to charge. We're going to just move with both those units. Moving the Storm Vermin up, and the characters are kind of important to keep alive. I am going to move this forward, just so I can move the Bombardier forward as well. Just repositioning the War Machine, keeping the Bombardier near enough, but staying near the Storm Vermin. I don't really plan on charging with them this turn. We're just going to hold for now and protect this objective back here. The Gracier moved up there. We're going to run the Deathmaster back here, an extra 5. It goes 12 inches. They can run and throw stars because they're real fancy. Just go in there with this 12-inch move. The rest of it. It's all tough calls here. I am going to move the Clan Rats forward. All right, and then the last thing, these Clan Rats moved up just a little bit, staying near the Warlock, though. Keeping him nice and safe. Yeah, I wonder... No, I'll keep it as is. I was debating on leaving up the Warlock open to make his charge as well, but we'll see. I'm going to bring in my Assassins, though. It gives me even more options to charge in random little areas. Got 1 Night Runner unit coming out of the trees and the rock here. They have to be wholly within 6 of terrain feature, more than 9 away from the enemy. And then these Night Runners were hiding in the palm trees the entire time. Now we can go to shooting. Warp Lightning Cannon is always a saucy one. I would love... The Cathaler still has max wounds. I'll come back to that. I might need him for cleanup. I'm going to start with some basic ones. These Gutter Runners are going to throw their throwing stars at Eltharion. He is ethereal, effectively, but... I so badly want to go for them, too, because they just do mortal wounds. I don't care about, I'll come back to them as well. There's too many options. Let's have this Deathmaster throw his throwing stars at the character on the cloud in the back there.
Wind Mage.
The Wind Mage. Look how so from there. So the Deathmaster is going to be 2s and 2s. No rend. Mortal wounds on 6s to hit. 3s and 3s. Boom. Oh, we got 2 D3 mortal wounds from the Eshin Toxin. 4 mortal wounds on the Wind Mage.
That does him in.
Boom. This Deathmaster can't resist not throwing his cool rat assassin star, ninja stars at these wind Chargers?
Well, you'll get it once you kill them all.
4s to hit. Oh, we got 2 hits, but one of them is mortal wounds. It'll do 3 mortal wounds.
And that finishes them off by itself.
Okay, bye-bye. Ninja stars, but my battle tactics. Can't resist. I can't resist. I'm just throwing the VPs out the window, but I'm killing the elves. These guys are going to throw their throwing stars at these wardens over here. Because if there's no elves on the battlefield, then I can just score victory points later. 15 throwing stars. 4s to hit, but 6s are good.
And they're going to use Ether Quartz.
They got Mystic Shield already.
Oh, they got Mystic Shield. You're right.
I got
Thank you.
no. I got 2 mortal wounds, and I got no rend on these attacks. So 2 mortals and 3 saves.
Yeah.
All right, 3 die from the ninja stars.
So I'll take out the front 3.
Yep. I'm gonna remember Shining Company is what we make the movement trays for. They were -1 to hit, so I rolled the 2 mortal wounds still, and there was 2 4s in the pool. So instead of 6 wounds, as long as I roll 3 4-ups here, okay, there's no wounds at all, so you get 1 guy back. Because of the wounds that there were, the Shining Company would have dodged it, which obviously makes me bring into question how many hits I would have actually had against them. I would have completely changed my target all around. I apologize for me forgetting about Shining Company, but they're still in the formation. They're still not dead. So technically,
I don't think it would have affected too much. You only did a handful, and it's my rule to remember. I forgot it. I make the movement trays in order to remember Shining Company.
He literally makes the movement trays for it.
That's why I did it, because you don't have the little gap in between.
That's the problem with the elves. They got too many freaking rules to remember.
They got a lot of rules. The Ether Quartz, you have to remember that. You have to remember your bravery modifiers.
Yep, to take it, put it somewhere else. You have every single one of them is a wizard. Mm-hmm. You have to not only you have to remember to actually do the mortal wounds when you hit and wound. You have to remember that they get bonuses when they're charged.
All the spells are buffs, right? When you're into combat, you have to remember to declare all these different stances.
Yep.
That's a lot.
It's elves, everyone. So it's gonna happen here and there again. But you know what? If I was to re-roll all that, maybe Andy would have made less saves and they could be dead. All around. I think it worked out for him in the better because I lost all 3 of my rattling guns and I didn't do a whole lot of damage to them. Well, I did a lot of damage to them, but...
You did an expected amount, right? You took out 15, 16 of them. We're good.
This was easy to fix there. Get the 1 guy back, and then I can go to the rest of my shooting, which will be these lads. I was going to go for the Wardens. I still want to. I'm going to leave them alone because I'm just going to go for Eltharion. Like another chance to rally and get back in the game. These are into Eltharion. I do get +1 to hit and wound him, though. So he is a character.
Yep.
3s. He takes 2 mortals, and there's a bunch of misses. And 3s. Just 2 saves.
3 up.
Boom.
Saved them both.
No wards on him?
No wards.
All right, 6 wounds left on him. I believe that is it for the bulk of my shooting. I do have the Doom Rocket, which has no range or targets, and the Warp Lightning Cannon. I want to go for the Cathaller, but the Dawn Rider is just so in my face, and I'm going to boost it up. I'm going to make it so there's no elves left on this battlefield.
It's the right choice.
All right, so I am going to roll a d6, and then that is the power of the shot. I want a low roll. I've been betrayed. Damn Scryer built some crappy Warp Lightning Cannons here. I can still roll 12 6s, I guess. Let's see. Well, you know what? I only take D3 and you take 1.
Fortunately, I'd rather your guy just die.
Yeah, I would rather your guys die. I got 2 wounds left on this thing. That'll be it for shooting. Gonna go on to charging. I need to make some character charges here. That's gonna be kind of tough. That's gonna be tough indeed. Well, let's start rolling up some character charges. These clan rats are going to declare a charge. And they're going to roll a 3. Come on, guys. Ay, that might be it. I might just save it because I don't have any other guaranteed character charges anywhere, and I might just lose the battle tactic, sadly. I needed them to make their 4-inch charge, 5-inch charge, and then he'd have a 9-inch charge that I could re-roll. It'd eat up all my command points, and that was kind of it, so... They could charge. What's Eltharion have? 6 wounds?
He's got 6 wounds, 3 up ethereal, half damage, but that doesn't really matter there.
Half damage. I want to just try and go for the kill on him anyways, just to put pressure on that side of the field.
I mean, his weakness is mortals or volume.
Yeah.
So
in this case, we got a little bit of hopefully both of that. We're going to charge with them. 8. Charging in there, swarming around him, and Andy was so kind to point out my Deathmaster here could charge the piece of terrain and try to ascend it to get the Cathaller? Cathaller? What was that, Alina, an 8?
It's a 9.
Oh, a 9? I'll take it, though. Ooh.
You can spend all your command points to re-roll it.
I will.
Total Eclipse.
I will.
Oh no! Why did I say that?
You can't resist this Deathmaster. Just throw him right into the base of it there, I suppose. Yep. He's going to start climbing. That'll be it. Oh, that does give me my battle tactic, technically.
As long as you don't kill them, right?
As long as I'm in combat, I think. So I have to get keep one of these alive. I don't know if I will let the dice decide here. I'm going to try and go for the kills anyways. Just because they're bloodthirsty. I can't control them. They have lost themselves in the
Well,
battle frenzy.
If you kill both of them, that's a good thing anyways for you, even if you don't get the 2 points.
Yeah, I'll give them my 2 points for it. If I don't get it, well, I get it. I don't get it. That's it for charging. At the start of combat, I'm going to reveal the assassin in that unit now, too. So I had the rattling guns, had the same units as the assassin. So it was rats, storm vermin. I left them off there on their side. They had no support in them. The one with the gnaw bomb. Boo! Hey, he's ready to go. I'm going to fight with him first. So with his Weeping Blades, he hits Altharion on 2s and wounds him on 2s. 6s are extra spicy. No 6s! Very good.
2 1s.
2 1s are unfortunate. 2 saves at 3 up.
3 up. Both go through.
They're D3 damage, but halved. So I need 5 ups. So there's just 2 damage in total.
2 damage.
He's got 4 wounds left. And you get to fight with 2 things, because you're elves.
And
we got the Cathaller and Altharion. We're going to fight with Altharion first, and we're going to split these attacks up a little bit. He is going to show this assassin, this Deathmaster, what for, and attack him with the
The Selenari Blade, so it's 2 into him, 2s by 3s.
All right, 2s to hit. Oh, it's a good start. 6s are 2 hits.
6 is double.
Yeah. And then 3s to wound the Deathmaster. Oh, okay,
only
one.
Only one. 1 rend, but it's 2d3 damage because you're a hero.
Okay, I think I have a 6-up save. Definitely not a 1. And I will suffer 2d3 damage. Ooh, 6.
damage.
Is off with his head. I lost the gnaw bomb. He has a 4-up save, not a 5-up save, but I rolled a 1 on his save anyways. So assassinated there, and then whatever the attacks you have into the rats
The
here.
Fang Sword into the Clan Rats. 2s by 3s.
Okay.
I'll hit, nothing explodes. These ones on 6s are immortal in addition.
Oh, 2 mortal
So
wounds?
2 mortals, 1 missed though, and those are in addition. These are 3 rend.
Okay, no save against that at all.
And then 3 damage each.
So it's 9, 10, 11 damage on them. There's only 9 rats left. That assassin let me down, but that's okay. That is A-okay. We're just gonna be right back after I pull these rats. It's still up to them to be able to pull this off. And then you can do the Cathaller into the Deathmaster.
Yep. So she's beefy. Her attack is Despairing Touch.
Ooh.
1 attack. And I'm going to use an Ether Quartz to give her +1 to hit because she's going to be dead.
All right.
So 3s by 2s.
All right, hit.
Hits. Wounds.
Ooh,
No rend.
No rend?
D3 damage.
All right, 4-up save. We're good on 6. All right. And then who do you want to put that negative energy on? Because you can absorb it and throw it somewhere else. You want to put on these guys
I can't stack it, so I might as well put it onto them.
All right, fair. We're going to get their happy little cube over here. Okay. That means I will just go ahead. I'll attack with the Deathmaster. Try and take her out. She is garrisoned, so she's going to be negative on the hit, but I get +1 to hit characters. All right, let's see. We got 3s to hit. Oh, we do get nice. The -1 saved you 2 of them. But it will be D3 mortal wounds and then 2s to wound. Nice. Okay, the Eshin rule coming in big there. Rend of 1, but you have garrison, so back to your 5-up. 2 5-ups. Ooh, you make 1, so that's 2d3 damage. 5.
And she's dead.
She gets assassinated. Not bad. Good job, little rat. Both get a little bit out of that, and then I am going to go ahead and do these. It'll be 10 rat attacks because of there's only 9 of them. There's a champion still alive. The clan rats be the one to do it. 4s to hit, and 4s to wound. That is 2 wounds. 3 ups.
3 up.
1
One goes through.
He's got 3 wounds left. All right, and I think that is the end of the turn. So I got my battle tactic. Well. I'm going to use my triumph to make them auto pass.
Okay, I was going to say you don't have any more.
Exactly. That was the part of the plan. I'm going to use Indomitable there.
All right.
So we're going to use our triumph here. They're going to auto pass morale, and then we get D3 units and D3 clan rats back in both units. The rats rally to the banners or the units themselves, and I'm on a majority of the objective still. So I will get 5 points for the rats on that second turn. D3 rats join them. D3 rats join them. 2 rats for them. 1 rat for them. And then these are all dead. Then we're on turn 2 for the Lumineth Realm-Lords. And I suspect a lot of damage coming my way, but I did kill a lot too. So
there's a lot less elves on the table than I'd like. But one of the nice things about Lumineth is we have very easy battle tactics.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to do Conserve Ether Quartz, which is basically Altharia needs to kill this unit of clan rats and still have Ether Quartz left over.
Unreasonable.
Altharion can't use Ether Quartz because he can't change his save because he's ethereal and he already hits on 2s.
Oh, there'd be no reason for him to ever consume it. I understand.
So he's the best use for that.
All right, just cleaving through the enemies and saving resources. Easy enough. Roll Primal Magic. We got a bunch stored up. I'm going to contribute an additional one to the pool. So will you. And then... All right, so you're going to get 3 more. I'm going to get 2 more. Just an update. We got Andy at 6 Primal Magic dice because I kept double sixing my spells and they're not coming into much play here. And I'll have 4, and I'm up by 5 points. But, you know, Andy's about to get his turn here. And 1 command point to 3 as well. Battle Tactic. Oh, sorry, not Battle Tactic. Action.
I'm going to do Finest Hour with the twins.
Way over here. Boom. +1 of their save, +1 of their wound rolls in melee for this turn. I need a command point kind of bad. But I don't really know where I'm going to be able to pull that off. And I think I'm going to go on him. I'm going to attempt it on him. Oh. It means if you don't get the spell off, though, it's fine, I suppose.
Well, Total Eclipse was from
she's the only one who knew it?
And she's dead.
Oh, okay. So I wasn't too sure if you made it redundant. Okay.
Nope.
Well, I have use for my 1 command point then. Yep. Glorious. Where are we starting with spells?
We'll start with the twins.
Ooh, did you want to rally? Sorry, I forgot to ask. Either one of these squads.
Yeah. Actually, I do. Thank you. So, 14 out of there.
14 checks on those lads. And they got 2.
Here's my rally.
2 again?
Just 2 back.
They are back in it. Gotta bring us back to spellcasting.
We're going to start with the twins. They're going to do their Salvation of Hysh, which is a 5-up ward on themselves. And that goes off on a 9 +1 for a 10. It's a 5-up ward.
That's fine. They can have that, I suppose.
They'll cast their second spell, which will be the Rune of Petrification.
I don't even know what that does.
It's very similar to the Vortex.
Okay, we don't like that.
And so that needs a 8. So that's a 6 on a 7. I am going to...
Throw them in one at a time if you wanted to. Primal Magic dice and all that.
Yep.
Or Aether Quartz too, but...
Well, if I use the Aether Quartz, I can't use the Primal dice, so that's what I'm thinking. Yeah. And I think I'm going to start with Primal dice.
1 at a time here. I see a 5.
So that's a 5. I'll use another one.
Yeah, you got 6 to use. Ooh, a 4.
4.
Gosh.
I'll use another one. Till I see 1s, right? I think I might be going here. I really want to get this off.
Damn.
I'll use 1 more.
Okay.
So this will be 4 Primal dice.
All right, another 5. All right,
so that'll be 10, 18, +6, 24.
It's like we're playing 8th edition.
I know.
It's very similar to Warplating Vortex. It doesn't affect your stuff, but it doesn't have the high damage potential that the Vortex does.
And a little bit farther range, but it's only 1 spot.
Yeah. All right, so I'll let you have it. There's no way I'm going to stop that realistically. You rolled rather well, so it's going to be difficult.
Yeah.
Parking that right behind these clan rats. What's the range of it? 6?
Yep, everything within 6.
Oh, that's probably going to kill this off because we're going to get 2 chances to kill this.
Yep.
It's going to hit all 3 of these. Actually, no, it won't be the Stormburn, but it'll be the character, this, and then all of this stuff too. But that's at the start of the movement phase. We check.
Start and end of the movement phase. Yep.
So that's 2 spells cast on them. Now for the Dawn Riders.
Dawn Riders are going to do Speed of Hysh to get back in the fight. On a 5, that is what I need.
I will almost assuredly stop that, but you don't want a Primal Miscast either.
Yes. So I'm going to spend an Ether Quartz to let them re-roll that.
Ooh, that means their bravery is permanently lower.
Yes.
Ooh, an 11.
So an 11, their bravery is now permanently lower by 1.
We'll definitely try and stop that with my Arch Warlock here. Why not? I get no other well, I guess this guy's got a reroll. Yeah, I'll do it with my Grace here. Why not? A 1 and a 2. Let's use Master. That's a drop die. Let's use Master of Magic to make that a 9, and then we'll throw one of our 4 Primal Magic into it. That's a 14. Then moving on to this side of the battlefield.
We're going to go with the Venari Lord Regent first. His greater power of Hysh is a 7.
Okay.
He gets +1 to this cast as he still has all his Ether Quartz left. So on an 8, +1 is 9.
All right. We want to reroll or add any dice to it?
Nope. I already used the Ether Quartz in this phase, so fair. I can't use that same one again.
I will, if the Gracie is in range, use him. But I'll check before I reroll. He is within 30. I'll reroll that. I got a 10 without using Primal. Good old Master of Magic. Oh, they're going to do their own Power of Hysh.
They're going to do Power of Hysh on themselves then.
Yes.
And
I'll miscast.
They are not going to do that, and I can't reroll that, so that's just a miscast.
D3 mortals on them. Those 2 that came back, no.
Like, no, why did we come back? And,
no, they're back. Back they go.
Actually, I'll take the 2 from the back.
Yep, fair. Well, we were able to luckily stop most of the magic except this thing, which is, I think we're at the end of the hero phase now.
Yep.
So that means we're at the start of the magic movement phase, which means this thing is going to pop off.
That's the dream.
You want to start with this thing?
Cannon first. Let's finally knock it.
No,
Oh, no.
It dodges the first one. How about my assassin, Deathmaster? D3 mortal wounds on him. Ooh, he's
2
got
mortals.
3 wounds left. All right. And then that should be it for 6
That's it
over
for
here.
this side. These clan rats.
Rats are going to suffer it, and they will suffer
2 more.
2 mortals. 2 mortals. Who is it going to be? I don't know if it matters. How about the ones in the middle? There we go. And then we have the Arch Warlock, who does suffer it. And
2.
it's 2. All right. I believe he's got 3 wounds left. 4 wounds left. And then regular movement, and then we resolve this 1 additional time at the end of Andy's movement phase. We're going to move the wind chargers first. They're going to go up and over.
They can move over terrain as if they were flying in the movement phase.
Fair, okay. I didn't expect that. I guess I was curious what their ability was, because it never really came up with the other unit.
No. So I measured they're just enough to clear that, so they'll be able to snag that objective.
All right, easy enough. Not bad. We're moving the Wardens.
Wardens are moving up, edge of the river.
They're going to stay in their Shining Company.
Yep.
And then the Lord Regent will be galloping up right beside them. We're going to run down some assassins.
They're angry.
Yeah, well, they took a lot of losses here. A lot of elven lives gone for, definitely not equal value to the rat lives, I guess. That's another nice thing about playing the Skaven. It's like, I don't really care if you lose them too much. Okay, that's obviously these guys are free to move. They won't have their 28-inch move. They can still move 14.
They still move 14, so they'll still be happy.
Yeah.
And the rune doesn't affect them.
Yes, because they're Lumineth. They were all for it. They can reform in a Shining Company when they finish a move. If they finish it in legal formation, which is, boom, back at it again. Here come these Wardens, and then we're going to see the twins move up afterwards. And that's it. We're done moving. You know what that means? Rune of Petrification. You want to roll
right.
for, we'll start this way, work our way that way next.
All right.
Mr. Warlock on at 4. He dodged.
Oh.
He's used to your trickery. Clan rats, though, they're not the brightest, but they're
fast enough to avoid it.
They're living off instinct.
Let's see how the assassin is doing.
Could die to this. Oh, on a 5-up, he's dead. Oh, he is. He has become stone. All right, we're just absolutely losing our characters left, right, and center, and then 4-up on this.
Fine.
Oh!
No!
One more dodge on him.
Yeah, that thing is not dying.
Hey, it's we've already established that it is faulty and has been engineered poorly on purpose to betray this Grace here, because why else would it not function other than betrayal?
Yeah.
Got 1 Deathmaster left over there, and we've got a lot of your characters dead too, so collateral damage all over the place, I guess. All right, well, that's it for movement phase shenanigans. We got your shooting?
We have shooting. I do not have much shooting. I think I just have the Foxes and Altharion.
All right.
Left.
Is his an ability or an actual missile weapon?
It's an ability that happens in the shooting phase.
Oh, so you can pick whatever you want with that. All right. We're going to start with the Wind Chargers volleying into the Night Runners. I don't think I have any shooting defense here, so I don't have any defense really in general. You can eat one of their Aether Cords, get +1 to hit. And then they just suffer the negative now for the bravery. And I'm just going to roll a bunch of 5-ups. It's fine.
2s by 3s now with the Aether Quartz.
All right. The resource guides them. Hey, it matters. Lots of 2s.
Hey, look at that.
3s to wound.
3s to wound.
Oh,
Wow.
damn. That's spicy.
All of them.
This rend 1 or no rend?
Rend 1, 1 damage. So that is 10.
Man, well, they only have 5-up saves. Normally, so here comes that. Here's 8 of them. They're dead. My assassins. Right, and then he can...
He doesn't have anyone else in range, so he's going to throw his darts of searing light into the clan rats. On a 2-up.
Oh, he doesn't conjure them
Nope.
this time. He finds no magic here.
He's failed. He's too wounded.
No missiles on the twins there?
No missiles.
All right, well, right to charging then. Let me know where you want to start. Dawn Riders are going to start this show.
Dawn Riders are going to start. Just need a 3. Those are in.
6. Just break Shining Company as they charge in. I have no weird reactions or anything of the sort. Who's next?
The twins are charging in next. We'll see how this goes because they have their weird teleportation rule after combat.
Ooh, a 7.
7.
All right. Twins are going to commit to the Assassins. I will, because I think these guys are just dead. Like, even if I keep something for Inspire, I think they're out of here. And He's going to try to go down in a blaze of glory on my turn if I get priority next. If I don't get priority next, I probably lost, but that's the nature of Skaven. I will unleash hell over here for a command point, and we are going to throw 15 throwing stars at you. -1 to hit, but +1 to hit. Not going to use any Aether Quartz here to react. You are going to have 2 mortal wounds on you, and they do get +1 wound. 3 saves.
Saves are 3 saves are 3 up.
Yep. Okay, and then 3 ward saves because of the mortals.
5 up.
Ooh, 2.
So take
6 wounds remaining. They have 4 wounds per character on there in a way.
Yep.
Okay, that is, I guess that's it for, do you want to charge in the wardens?
I'm not going to charge these wardens. I'm going to leave them, but I'm going to try to charge the Venari Lord Regent to see
Alright, so
if
you
she can do it.
Roll in some charges. That's a 7.
That's not.
Keep the 7 there.
Yep, keep the 7, and he's just going to
Assist.
basically more the reposition of the movement. Else, I don't think Altharia needs any help.
Yeah, fair.
But get him positioned a little bit further away from your guys for potential damage and assassinating in case you get the next turn.
Where would you like, do these wardens want to go anywhere?
The wardens are not going to go anywhere.
Alright, they're going to hold there. Those wardens are going to hold there. That'll be for charging, and you get to pick with 2 things to fight.
And I am going to start with, I don't have to pick the both, so I'll start with the knights.
Correct, yeah, you get to fight with one thing, see how it goes, and fight with something else.
Yep, so I'll start with the Dawn Riders.
And they get extra attacks from the horses because I'm only 1 wound each.
So I have to declare Deathly Furrows because some reason it doesn't automatically just happen. So they get +2 attacks, and I get +1 to wound, and another pip of rend on the charge.
Well, just in case you don't want to kill something, I suppose.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm going to use their Ether Quartz again, so we'll add another one of those on.
Nice.
So they'll be really sad going into this, but they get +1 to hits on this to make sure I can wipe out those clan rats. Champion has Guardian Sword, so 4 attacks, 2s by 3s.
No misses. Oh, 6s are good, that's right, yeah, Power Fish. Is that the hit rolls or the wound rolls?
That was the hit rolls. Mortals are 6s to hit.
Gotcha, so we got
And so
2 wounds here. What's
2
the rend?
wounds, that's rend 2.
Oh, no save at all, I only got 6.
Oh, sorry. The +1 to wound was only for the lances,
Okay.
so one of these would have missed. So the 3 doesn't get the extra pip of rend, so just the 1.
Still good rend though, right?
1 rend.
Okay, 6 up. Oh!
You saved it.
Alright, good job, Rat Shield.
Right. These are the lances going into them. They are 2s by 3s. 6s are mortals.
Ooh, we got 4 or 5 mortals off the rip. Bunch of hits. Should be +1 wound because of the charge, I guess.
You got +1 to wound on the lances. And so these are 3s, so 5 more 2 rend. Or sorry, 5 more 1 rend.
6 ups. Ooh, make 4. Is that 2 damage each or 1?
1 damage each.
So we are at 9 damage in total.
Most dangerous part, the horses.
Yeah, these are all the damage.
That's right. 3s by 4s.
Boom. Oh, they're normally 4s and 4s.
Yep.
Yeah.
They don't. 4s.
Okay. Then 7 5-ups. I will save 2. It means 5 additional damage. So we're at 9. We're at 14. There's 6 rats left. I guess I might as well keep the 6 rats near the objective. That's not true. There's 4 rats left because 2 died earlier. That's all I got with them. You get another pick because you're Lumineth. One of your mini rules.
And Altharian only has 3 wounds left, and if you get lucky with clan rats and I roll badly, 3 failed armor saves will do me in, so I am going with Altharian.
Everything into them.
Alright, we'll start with the Fang Sword. 4 attacks, 2s by 3s.
6s are good.
6s explode, none, but still good.
Raise to wound. Nice.
6s do mortals in addition.
Gotcha.
And so those 3 rend, 3 damage.
They're
So
dead.
3, 6, 9, 12, 13 damage.
I got 10 rats left. He just cleaves right through all of them. You're right. He didn't need much help.
No.
Goodbye, clan rats. And he still has all his Aether Quartz.
And that gets the battle tactic.
Yes, that's fair. Absolutely true.
Right.
And I get to pick.
Now you get to actually fight.
Best bet are probably the assassins, the gutter runners here. Is a tough call either way because like either take some damage on Altharian, possibly lose him, or pretty much just only take damage on this one. It's probably not going to die to the assassins. They have 2 attacks each, but that's about it. We are going to attack with 10 attacks. These are 2s to hit. 3 mortal wounds though from the Eshin Thompsons.
Not bad, not bad.
Not too bad at all. 2s to wound. All right,
Wow.
so 6 saves and 3 mortals. Rend.
All right, 6 saves, so 3 up. So
Okay. So that's 6 damage in total.
6 damage total and 5 up ward.
Alrighty.
And I
One
think
wound left.
I'm still alive.
Still alive. Not bad. Good job. I love the Eshin element of this list. It's kind of cool.
This means they're probably going to be teleporting. So we'll see. I get a fight first though before they teleport out.
Absolutely. It's weird you have no control over it. I like it. What's the rule called?
Sudden translocation. It happens at the end of the combat phase. I roll a dice, and I have to roll equal to or less than the number of the battle round or the number of wounds allocated to it. But when I teleport, I get a heal d6, and then I set it up outside of 12. So
Okay. Yeah, the heal's kind of nice. I didn't realize. Well, nothing. No, I didn't realize how close I was to killing them there. Nice. Pretty much your last pick, so we'll go ahead and resolve what they got. The 2 damage on the sword because it's battle round 2. It's a weird unit. Definitely a weird unit.
sword.
Sword.
So 2s by 3s.
Good start.
So I'll hit by 3s. So 2 of them. 2 Ren, 2 damage.
2 rend, 2 damage. That's 4 damage total. We got 1 gutter runner left.
So I got that. So that's the guy with the sword. Now it's the staff. So she has 2 attacks, and then if she misses, the owl gets to hit you.
Oh, nice.
So 1 hit, no wound, but the owl, the Moonbright Talons, misses.
All right. We got 1 Eshin left, and then at the end of the combat phase, you roll for the teleport?
Yes.
All right, 1 more gutter runner there. Means I got these clan rats to go with. They're going to attack the Dawn Riders, and hopefully we get lucky. Champion is long dead. They are 4 attacks each. Got a hit and a wound. Oh, got one.
Got one.
Hey, they're -2 bravery, so it might cost you.
Oh, that's true. I'm minus 2 bravery.
We have enough command points for an inspire. We are going to roll the teleport here, so it's like you have to roll equal to or under the amount of wounds you were allocated.
The wounds allocated,
So
which is 7.
automatic.
So she's automatically going to teleport.
And then
so then I heal d6.
this is the heal roll. 1.
I heal 1.
All right, 2.
So I'm whopping up to 2, and then I have to be outside of 12.
Anywhere.
So anywhere on the table outside of 12 of enemy positions. So
We'll see where they end up. And we're going to go behind this rock more than 12 away from Mr. Arch Warlock. So that will bring us to the Battle Shock phase where you are going to inspire these guys. Do me a hypothetical roll. I want to know.
on a 5, they'd be gone because they're now bravery 5.
I
would have.
Oh, you'll lose 1 model.
I'd lose 1.
You'd have 3 left. Not too bad, because it still only killed
But that
1.
would have ran into problems with contesting the objective too.
True. Yeah. Well, no.
'Cause-
There's going to be no problems. I got no
Yeah.
rats there in a second.
Yeah, that's true.
I lost 16 rats with a bravery of 5. So okay. Well, that's not bad. 17. I'm only losing 12. So 12 rats are going to run there. They're okay. That's it for Battle Shocks. That does mean D3 idiots rally there. I find 1 rat in that rock, and he joins the fight. And that rat rock is going to show up over. I don't care. Let's go right there. And they're gone. And then bravery 5 on the Eshin Gutter Runners lost 4. You better believe they're out of here. Pop. Well. If you don't get yourself 5 victory points, 2. You got 1 objective, 2 objectives, 3 objectives more. So
These 2 are now drained for me though. So I cannot control, because I've controlled them now for 2 turns in a row.
yes, I should say that these ones are also drained for me. I didn't say that last turn, but I scored them for 2 turns
Yep.
in a row as well. Actually, I might have scored this one for 2 turns in a row as well, because I had a turn 1 and I had a turn 2. So yeah, that one's drained for me. All 3 of these are drained. This one I only had for 1 turn.
Correct.
Or did I have that one for 2 turns as well? Completely forget with the mission. I definitely went a little overzealous.
No,
with
you did have it turn 1 because I moved up and took it turn 1. You took it back,
And then double turned and took it
and then
again,
double
yeah.
turned and had it again.
Well, the rats may have completely forgotten about the entire name of the mission here, so obviously we're a little scatterbrained, and victory points don't matter. I can only score 2 of the objectives now, the ones in the back there. But, I mean, he can just walk over there and grab that
Yeah.
one.
And you got
And,
Skitter Leap if you want to move somebody back there.
Correct, I got Skitter Leap available, so I got ways to get back
Or
there.
at least the novel, too.
True. But we're going to have to win priority to make that happen. So I could, if I lose priority here, I lose the game, but 2, 5, excellent. Well, it's only fair. Oh, sorry, you didn't see my 2. Boom. That'll be a loss for the Skaven, but I'm going to let Andy have fun walking all over them first. And then we'll see what I have left at the end there, but that is probably it. It's only fair. I stole it earlier, so the Lumineth can just come and clean the table up afterwards. I assume you want to take it.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm going to take it.
Works for me. Roll some primal magic up. You never know what'll come of it. 3, 5. So we're both going. You get maybe an additional one. You'll be at 2. I'll be at 1. There we go. Tie game so far as we go to the third turn. Though I think I would have lost on the merit of not paying attention to the objectives and draining too many resources from them unnecessarily. Sometimes they get a little blindsided by all the little Skaven things they can do. We get like really excited for them to come up.
Especially like you're popping things out, you're pulling out assassins, right? You're murdering dozens of elves at a time.
It's pretty much, this game was definitely, I don't care what the mission was, we roll whatever, I just want to do Skaven things. Sometimes it's nice to do that, but Sigmar doesn't lend too nicely to that.
The blowing up you did over here, that was awesome. Your cannons being sabotaged, that's awesome for me.
It's perfect. It's like a perfect Skaven game. That's it. Yeah, so we got our primal magic dice. You got to figure out a battle tactic, which should be easy enough. You can even do lead in the maelstrom if you wanted to. Or you probably even have easier Lumineth ones. And thinking about intimidating?
Intimidate the invaders. I mean, it makes sense. You know, I'm
Pretty
shiny.
Mostly there already.
I'm very intimidating. You are invaders.
You have to just get past that objective and that objective. That's the line you have to get past. So you already got most of it done. You can keep a couple units in the back. Something to deal with him would be ideal. Like an Altharian to go for him or whatever you have that can go for him.
Yep.
Just to deny me, just to like lock it in so I don't have to do my turn.
Murder all of the rats.
Kill all of the rats and send them back home. Or at least send this Gracier back in the Nahul mad that he got betrayed. He's going back somewhere. He's going to have some words with whoever made these for him. And if he charges, I'm going to get one more good unleash hell out of it.
You probably will. I don't know how I can get over there charging without getting within 6.
True.
Who do I want to recover?
We got twins or Altharian. Are they both the same bravery?
They're both the Altharians. I think bravery 10.
Yeah, he's like a weird demon thing. Well, not really a demon. He's just
spirit
thing.
Yeah, I'll deal with Altharian's a bravery 10.
Pop.
He's good. He'll
D3
D3. So heals up 2 more. So he's up to 5.
Not bad.
So I'll take it.
My action is going to be, I'm going to try and keep this Warlock Engineer alive. It's going to be the finest hour for him. So +1 to his save and +1 to his wound rolls. And which unit wants to rally?
I'm going to rally these guys because if I get 1 more back, they can cast spells.
Wizards.
I got 1 back.
And they're wizards again. They're back into Shining Company. Okay, that will bring us to spell Oh, I'm going to try and I'm going to dispel this.
Yep, I was just going to ask you that.
What is the casting value of it?
8.
8, huh?
So you need a 9.
I'll go with the what's it called there? The Master of Magic, the Racier. An 8. Well,
are you within range of your Nahul?
No, it's only an inch. It's only an inch.
Oh, an inch.
It might be 3, but he's too far all the same. I could use, I'm pretty sure you use Primal Magic Dice for dispelling. Yes, you can. I'm going to add my 1 Primal to stop it. Look at that. Got rid of the Rune of Petrification. No more statues of rats for me. It does mean I don't have any more Primal Magic Dice, and he can only... Oh, I guess I'm going second in the battle round, so I'll make him my Andorian Locust target to roll and dispel 3 spells. Graciers are nasty. They kind of... You know what? For the first time in a while, like, I haven't played Skaven too much, but with Mastery of Magic... And this current season, Graciers kind of remind me of how they used to feel back in 8th edition fantasy.
The Skaven Master of Magic to reroll all cast and all dispels.
And getting up to 3 spells cast and unbound now.
It's really good.
It's damn good, yeah. Well, Graciers, if you're unaware of, like, when I say Warhammer Fantasy Battles, Graciers used to be one of the most powerful wizards back in 8th edition. But their lore was like, they could just choose whatever spells they wanted from their lore, like dip into whatever lore they wanted. Their spells were written in the older editions, and they never got updated in 8th edition, so they're just whack busted the way they worked. They were always infamous for that, yeah.
The only problem with them now, their War Scroll spell, right? Wither.
It's whatever, yeah.
It's so situational. You've the lore spells better.
To compare Wither now to what it used to be, okay, this unit, let's say you had those 10, we're going to ramble a little bit, those guys there, elves. They would have been high elves, Lothar and Seaguard, effectively. So toughness 3. Wither will reduce the toughness of a unit for the rest of the game permanently. Now they're down to toughness 2. That means everything is +1 to wound them for the rest of the game. You can stack Wither on the unit. Mm-hmm. So another +1 to wound, and then if a unit ever is reduced to 0 toughness, they're removed from the table. That was Wither before.
It's amazing. It was amazing, right? Now it would be pick a unit, they get +1 to wound against them from every unit in your army for the rest of the game. That'd be kind of similar.
That's effectively what it said, exactly. And it was like, that's just, but like 8th edition was like, technically that was the 6th edition spell that got ported up to 8th edition because they just never got a new book. But that's just what Magic used to be back in the day. It was like both. It was a very polarizing element of the game, though. People loved it and or hated it, so I get it. And we're going to go to the Pendulum.
Ether Void Pendulum coming in from these guys going right across.
Let's not see that happen.
I want to take out the cannon, the Warlock, and the Grey Seer.
No.
That's the dream. And
well,
I got...
They could pass their... Well, I guess the Grey Seer could pass his wounds off, but the Warlock can't. Oh, a 6 and a 5.
Hold on.
Primal Magic.
Primal Magic.
I can't stop it now.
Can't
I got
stop
no Primal
it.
Magic.
So
Bring it
to
up.
a 15.
This giant pendulum comes swinging out of the clouds. It's set up to land on the other side of the warp lightning cannon at the end of the hero phase here. So that's their spellcast done. You still have the...
These guys are then also going to try to bring out
the endless spells.
Burning Head.
Bop. A 3 and a 8.
On an 8. I'm going to keep that.
All right. I will try and stop that with my Master of Magic over here. He rolls an 8. I'll re-roll it. I need a 9. A 7. You got it. It's going to be set up there. And then we have the Regent and
Over
these
here,
Wardens.
Regent's going to try to do his Greater Power of Hish, like he's been. He fails. I'm going to use an Ether Quartz.
Sure.
His negative only comes into play when he uses all his Ether Quartz, so he still gets +1 to cast right now. But he fails.
Still rolls a
so
5.
That goes off.
That one's for my Skaven.
Yep, so that one's gone.
And then we have, would you like to do Power of Fish on these guys?
I would like to do Power of Hish on those guys. On a 7, so that does go off.
Would you like to add your Primal Magic die to it at all? You got one more.
Sure. Can't hurt.
7 goes to... Okay, can't stop it. All yours. Power of Fish for them. And then that does...
I got 2 casters over there.
Oh, yep, you got 2 wizards over here. Okay, well, at least I can stop these, I suppose. I got 1 more Grace here, and then 2 more Unbinds from them.
All right, they're going to start off with Salvation of Hish on themselves.
That's the ward save.
Yep, so that's the ward save on a 5 up.
I'll try and stop that with the Arch Warlock.
So close.
So close, always so close. So they're going to keep that ward save token there.
Then they're going to do Overwhelming Heat. And on a 5, that does not go off.
All right.
And I already used my reroll. So
All right.
that's that.
Done. And then we get to resolve the endless spells here.
Yes.
The Skull and the Pendulum. So the Pendulum, we know it's going to go up and over.
Yep, Pendulum will just go up and over. We measured that before.
Boop, it'll land up right there, nice and happy.
Yep.
And then we'll figure out how that resolves.
2 up, you take D6 mortals.
Start with the cannon. 2 up. Can it dodge a magical pendulum? No, not quite.
But will it survive?
No, not
No,
quite.
it will not.
Bye-bye, Warp Lightning Cannon. And then the Warlock.
The Warlock Bombardier gets hit, and he's alive, right?
I think he's got 1 wound remaining. 1 wound left, and it's come to my attention. I also forgot my characters are -1 to hit. They get Luka, Sir, and melee, so the assassin might have lived. Who knows? But it's just pointing that out because I am a dummy and forget my rules. Okay, then the Burning Head.
It'll move forward.
No, stay away from me. This thing's so weird now.
On a 2 up, you're just burning for the rest of Oh, you're still alive!
Does it stay around still?
I don't...
Yeah, the Burning Head attaches itself to whatever unit it rolls for, and then that unit's just on fire for a determined amount of time. I can't remember how long, but that's what the Burning Skull does now, everyone.
But the table.
Yeah, it sticks around, though, so it gets to try again next hero phase, which is now over, and we go to your movement.
Yep.
Yep, I don't have any nasty Warp Lightning Cannon to Overwatch with anymore, or Unleash Hell, so let's see where you end up collapsing on me. I only have Skaven who's left in the middle of that 1 assassin. I've also depleted all of my resources in the middle of the board in my territory. A fool I am. Here comes the Wind Charges. And the Regent. Mr. Eltharion is going to go for the Assassin. Boop. And then the Wardens are going to move.
They're going to run to make... yeah, I'll run to make sure they can get across.
Absolutely. Do you want to at the double or just roll it? You probably don't need the at the double. Definitely don't need the at the double. They're here acquiring VPs.
Over there.
So that is Intimidate the Invaders essentially completed. We're going to have a few more come on in here. I'm going to heavily rely on these Storm Vermin to do something great, but currently I have Mystic Shield on them. That's not bad. That's something. No, the intimidation is real. And then we got the Wardens who have moved, and then of course the duo here is coming up to square up against this Arch Warlock here. And I guess we're on to the shooting phase, right?
Yep. Right. And the only things I will have my foxes. They're going to shoot the flaming Altari sword So I pick a point within 12 inches.
What is this elf nonsense? What's going on here?
Elf nonsense is exactly what this is. Once per game, he picks a unit, or he picks a spot on the table within 12 inches. So, right here.
Sure. Oh, you draw a line through it?
And you draw a line through it, and on a 2-up, every unit takes mortals equal to the turn round or battle round.
Okay, so they're all turned. I see that. I like that. Okay, so you pretty much slash the air in front of you, and on a 2-up, you do 3 mortal wounds to everything.
He like shoots the fire out of his sword.
I like it.
So we'll see if the 3 mortals are done. Nope.
Right.
Oh no, on 2-up. Yes.
It's a 2+. Yep.
Yep.
So we got 1 mortal wound left on this warlock.
So you're still alive.
Still alive.
Eltharion's gonna shoot his, darts into the assassin as well. That's the 6, so that does D6 mortals.
Oh God.
Oops. It's a 6.
He's dead. You do me the honors. He's climbing down from the perch and then gets hit by giant magical orbs, and he has no idea what's going on, and now he's dead.
Eltharion had to take vengeance.
Cool model, though, eh?
Man, so Eltharion took out 2 assassins?
Yeah, he took out 2 assassins.
2 assassins and...
one who tried to kill him first, which is even better.
Yeah.
We got a lot of... So I think we both... Did you bring 6 characters also? Or did you have like 5? You have 6?
I had 6 characters.
Yeah, I had 6 characters in this list as well, so we just had a 6-character list. And one of us had a lot more points invested in characters than the other, even though we both had 6. All my characters are like... I think the Gracier is 180-ish, and like the Arch Warlock...
Graciers are only 120.
Are they only 120? What a steal.
They're fantastic.
I didn't even know. I just assumed what his points was based on what he's doing. He's an absolute thief at 120. I think he's 100. He's 150.
Yeah.
And all the Death Masters were about 100 each. So I got about 670 points of characters to your like...
I probably half my... army is probably in characters.
Yeah, because like the Wind Lord was like 250. They're like
They're 260, I want to say, somewhere in that range. He's 160. Tharion's 250, I think.
Yeah.
And then the 2 ones who are dead, those are 120-ish to 140.
Yeah. Like at any point, like I could have punked Eltharion earlier with a couple mortal wounds. They survived by 1 wound.
They got down to 1. He got down to 2, I think.
It just goes like people like in my experience watching Steve play, he gets a lot of crap playing Lumineth, but they are just paper thin if you don't get like Elves of the unlike like Elves of the Past are a little bit easier to play, but if one misstep here or there and they get caught off balance, it could go real south for them. And like this game was evident too, like it could have been like just a few die rolls different.
That turn from 1 into 2, that was looking really rough. You took out all my infantry.
It was. I just needed a little bit more. I should have set up the rattling guns a little bit better. I just didn't get through. I keep forgetting the Aether Quartz and all out defense keeps them real healthy, but they need stuff like that, or else they just fall over dead. You're paying like so many points for them.
And the fact that the Dawn Riders were able to stay alive, right? You failed the Warp
the Warp Lightning Cannon didn't connect much. Yeah, well, that's the nice thing about Skaven. You could play the exact same Skaven list 100 times and you probably won't get the same game. Yeah. That's the nice thing.
That's true. Yeah. That's true.
You can actually get a lot of value out of your Skaven. You just like a different game every time you play them. I was gonna say one more thing and I can't remember what it was. It's all unimportant, I suppose. They're gonna volley into them.
Yep, they'll shoot into Storm Vermin.
All right. I got the command points. All out defense. Try and negate the rend a little bit. The Storm Vermin or the bodyguard, I was thinking of to protect him. It's okay, he didn't die. I don't mind. You know what? I would have taken all the wounds on him. No problem. All right, we got shots in the Storm Vermin. They have a 4-up save normally.
Yep. I'm using the last Aether Quartz on them, so they're also very sad now.
Oh, fair.
And 2s by 3s.
I wonder what happens to the Aether Quartz when it goes, what are they, crushing it, using its power? Is it, recoverable? I don't know.
I don't know. I think they just...
Is this a crazy valuable resource they're using to fight bats?
I think they're hollow, right? And then they fill it with their emotions. I don't know.
Elf stuff, dude. I don't know.
Where's that lore channel? Right, 2+ tough, right? Where's Doug?
He'll know. Not me. I don't know. 3s. All right. End of 1. I have a 4-up save normally, Mystic Shield, and all-out defense, so 3-ups. Well, I'll have you know, I spent a command point to save 1 life. 1, 2, 3 die. I don't know. The Gracie I'll keep this guy here.
Yeah, you got to protect him.
Protect him, at least try to protect him a little bit. He can pass wounds off to them. They could eat up wounds for him, so it's all the same, but we'll see where it ends up. Charges, where do you want to start?
Charges, we'll start with the Venari Lord Regent.
Gonna charge.
And 3, I'm gonna spend a command point.
Forward to victory.
Forward to victory.
Boom.
On a 6.
Not bad.
I think that should get me in.
That's fighting. He'll charge in. There's any impact hits or anything along
Nope.
those lines?
Nope.
All right. Who's next?
We'll go with the wind chargers next.
Wind chargers.
On
5.
5, I don't think they're in.
Well, I guess I could rely on you rolling like poo-poo also, but we see these guys can make it in though.
These guys are gonna make it in. I have confidence in them.
7.
7.
I will unleash hell with the bombardier as you charge in with there. I could just get lucky and just kill them all on the way.
Good. That'd be so appropriate for this game.
Oh man, that brings up another funny story about fantasy. It wasn't technically this model, but it was like a warlock engineer that always had the Doom rocket.
Yeah.
But it had really janky written rules that you should have never been able to stand and shoot with it.
Yeah.
But you could stand and shoot with it, and you could target. Now the Doom rocket had a rule: you just picked a point and it shot that direction. So you could charge him over here, but you could Doom rocket over here. But you had to it would be like 4d6. You always declared how many d6 inches of movement you wanted to go. So he was always kind of infamous too.
I loved it.
Skaven are the worst, man. Scorch? We're not even going to start with Scorch. I'll go to 1 command point left. We're going to more Doom rocket this one. So before I roll the amount of shots, it'll be d6 shots instead of d3. But if I roll a 1, he's dead, effectively. 3. Sorry, on the hit rolls here. 4s to hit, so to 5s. He's dead, and he's super dead. Boom, boom, boom. You don't kill me, I kill me. I might be able to bodyguard those, but I don't want to. I don't think that's in my best interest. Okay, well, that was impressive. They have no idea what's going on. He just died. He exploded.
That's appropriate.
And would you like to charge with these warders?
My twins are going to charge.
That works too.
On
Yes.
a 9, they're in.
Welcome. Charging in there, and here comes the wardens. Yup.
On a 10.
Ooh. All right, well, you get to fight with 2 things. I assume it's going to be him and them, but I'll let you pick first.
Yep. I'm going to start with the knights, actually.
All right, absolutely. I'm going to either all-out defense or I'm going to get more value out of defending, I think, and then getting more tax backwards by saving lives. So we'll all-out defense. I was greedy with the Unleash Hell. I should have kept both for all-out defense and Inspire, but I wanted... But the chance of that Unleash Hell just hitting so right is too hard to resist. Yeah, we're going to start with their attacks.
And, yep, I'm all out of Ether Quartz, all out of command points.
Just rolling dice now.
I'm just rolling dice. All right, so that's the sword. 3s by 4s.
Okay.
I am doing the Deathly Furrow, so I get the extra 2 attacks. So 1.
On Ren will bring us to a 3-up still. We're not okay, 1 damage.
All right, these are the Sun Metal Lances. So 3s by 3s because I charged.
Excellent.
6s are mortals and attack sequence ends.
There'll be 3 dead on the fancy Lumineth weapons. And the wound rolls.
And 3 more, 1 round, 1 damage.
Again, back to 3-ups.
1
more. And the actual mounts themselves.
All right, now the Dashing Hooves, 4s by 4s.
And 3
Fours.
4s. That's right. Oh, okay, we got
So 4 go through, no rend.
These are 3-ups. 2 more.
2 more.
Lost 6 in total. I don't know where I'd like these attacks to mostly go. I'm just going to lose a random variety of these guys and just out.
Keeping coherency and...
Yeah, I'll just fix it with charging later. I kind of need the musician. Sorry, piling in later. It's 4. And then I just don't lose the champion, I guess. 5 and 6. Sure. Like that. Your second pick, what would it be?
I want to make sure my twins stay alive, so I'm actually going to go with the twins to take out...
Mr. Warlock.
Mr. Warlock. All right, so Altieri, we'll go with that. 2s by 3s.
Good start. This is the fancy sword that does 3 damage each?
Yep.
What's the rend on that bad
2
boy?
rend.
Rend of 2? Well, I'm going to roll dice, and that's a hard triple fail there.
That's a fail.
Oh,
so
he's
6
dead.
damage.
Sir, that would be 9 damage, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, boom, boom. Let's get him out of there.
The fun part is I get to teleport again because it's still a combat phase and I still go off of my wounds allocated.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's not allocated this phase. It's just...
Yes.
And those are resolved. I will just fight with the Storm Vermin. Now, I'll just put more attacks this way, but I'll put over here what I have to. Piling in like that. I'll have 6 attacking this way. And then I'll have, because they got the extra reach for the unit size, and then I'll have 5 attack. Yeah, there's 11 of them. 5 attacking that way. Into the Lord Regent. These are normally 3s and 3s, but you are very shiny because he still has Aether Quartz, so 4s. It does stop 1 entire hit.
There we go.
3s, 5 wounding hits at rend of 1.
Okay, so 3 up goes through a 4 up. Ouch.
3 damage.
3 damage goes through. He's halfway dead.
Halfway there, folks. And then we have the 10 attacks this way, but the champion's there, so we'll be 11. These ones are 3s and 3s, though. Okay, I got 1 more hit. Look at that. And they have 5 saves on them. 5 up saves, is it?
Yep, so 4 up goes through a 5 up.
Oh, nice.
Oh, look at
Just
that.
1 damage. One of them was wounded, though,
damage.
at some point.
No,
Or no.
you killed that guy who was
did.
wounded.
Oh, that's right. That's the guy who was going to run away. I got him with the clan rat.
Yep.
1 wound on a Venari.
Well, let's put it on this guy.
And then we can go with the Regent, and he gets to attack. See what he's got going.
Regent Sword is 2s by 3s, Mortals on 6s.
Ooh, good.
So, and...
Like with the power of Hish, essentially?
Yep.
Yeah.
Those do 2 mortals each.
That's 4 damage in total and a hit.
And then 3 to wound. And so 1 rend.
That's a pass. And the mount.
The mount, the Light Courser. 3s by 4s. Light Courser.
No,
Didn't do
that's
anything.
All right. Still lose 4, though. Coherency purposes, let's go ahead and go 1, 2, 3, 4 are going to die. And we're going to lose a heck of a lot more to bravery here in a second. Because that should be the end of it. You can pile in with the wardens if you want to, but there's no real point in doing that.
I'll get them back in Shiny Company, and that's about it.
So 7 storm vermin here. Not my clan rats aren't engaged or anything. So lost 13, and they are currently bravery 6. So 13 plus 6 is going to be 19. Subtracting 6 from that, that's 13 running. Well, I know it's a complicated way of doing it, but it's sometimes fun to go through the motions. And they're all out of here, which means I am left with simply clan rats and a Gracier. So my turn is going to be quickly him screaming in disbelief as to how betrayed he's been and jumping into his knothole and going elsewhere and saying that you guys can figure it out yourself. And I will concede the game to the very powerful Lumineth Realm-Lords, obviously. Rolled me on that one, but that's the nature of the beast of Skaven. I kind of go all in on the with this build, all out aggression. Especially like there's not a lot of durability in the Skaven build here. So when you have the same kind of mentality where it's like, we're not mentality, but the same philosophy of like a list, it's going to be a volatile game. This could have gone either way, and it was going to be determined on turn 3, effectively. Priority or no priority, I don't know. It's a tough one, because even if I went, I'm not too sure. I could have done a lot of damage, but my scoring would have been low. So that's where I'm not too sure.
I think one of the hard parts, and it shows the difficulty with Skaven, is your tactics were kind of hemmed in by your battle tactic selection.
Yes, oh, absolutely.
You had to be charging in. You had to be able to do all those things, which means you had to be moving forward and put yourself in the position that maybe you wanted to hold back and keep your screens up. You didn't really have that option.
No, not typically. Not with this season war, which is like a good thing, because I don't like to promote... I like any system that doesn't promote staying back and shooting. That is not ideal for me. I like it being dynamic, pushing the line forward, getting your closer range guns out, committing to it, taking the risk, suffering the repercussions and all that stuff. But that'll be it for this game. We are going to jump into a post game. We're going to talk Gray Matter Gaming. We're going to talk Age of Sigmar. We're going to talk Lumineth, Skaven. We'll see you there.
All right, these two guys are putting in a post-game show. But I remind you, there is another game uploaded right now in the MiniWarGaming Vault. Trog and his Trug Herder back to take on Kendrick and the Slaves of Darkness. Follow the link in the description below for that bat rep.
We're back. We cleaned up our army, so the board is barren. The sandy dunes. You said you're not great at the names, but the design is amazing.
It's back to how it was before the armies came through.
Yep, so this is what the battle mat looks like without anything on it. Obviously, we have vegetation dried up. We have some ruins on it, boom, boom, over there, and then the rest is what you'd expect the desert to be. A little bit of rocks, mostly just sand coverage and all that stuff. That is just stuff we printed. I just haven't put it away yet. I don't know where to put it. I got to find a home for it still. But anyways, first of all, great game. Amazing game.
Great game.
It went exactly as I thought Lumineth against Skaven would go. Well, I mean, Scryer Skaven. I guess other Skaven is different.
Yeah, it was swingy, right? You had some of the Skaven stuff blow up, some of the stuff hit, and you did a lot of damage. But how the turns went, the Lumineth were able to absorb some of it, and their heroes came through.
Absolutely. I didn't actually expect you to want to take the first turn and try and kill the cannons, but the second you did, I'm like, crap, that's probably a really good idea. I deployed my cannons really aggressively, figuring you're going to make me go first. I was only going to fire the cannons maybe at first. I'd shoot at the Warp Lightning Vortex, shoot the cannons, and that'd be about it. But you took the first turn and it kind of really threw me off. But it allowed me to get in a position to do that nasty double turn and get some damage out there. But you were able to weather it.
I was nervous because I was like, well, it's a risk. But with the shooting, the Spirit of the Wind, I figured I'd shoot one down, take one out in melee-ish. Maybe, if not, I at least tie you up for another turn. But luckily, you killed yourself.
Turns out your shooting you did a little bit of damage to both. You charged in. I killed my own cannon, and then you failed to do any damage to the other one. And then that one cannon kind of weirdly lingered around for a little bit, doing nothing. Yeah. You got one more turn of shooting, just rolling only 6s for the power. Very low power on the cannons. That's okay. That's just the way. That is them by design. They're supposed to be very unpredictable. I've had cannons win me games on their own, and I've had cannons just essentially. I think they're like 120. They're around that. I don't know how much they cost. Yeah,
they're a good unit, right? I mean, they can do damage. I don't think they're underpointed because they might be like this and not do anything, right?
Won't do jack. Hey, look, Josh. What do you want?
I was seeing if you finished your game.
We are.
Yeah, I noticed.
Game is over.
This is the next studio. You should stay out of it.
Well, we had to come in here because of circumstances.
To be fair, the circumstances you didn't want to clean your studio.
That's what. Yeah.
The ultimate beginning of the circumstances.
Well, yeah, I didn't know we were showcasing new content, new battle mats. I have a hardboard table set in the other room. It's like a lot of work to tear it down and put it back up compared to other things, and I was too lazy. So I took technically took the live room first, and then things came up and we had to move out of that room, and now we're in Josh's studio recording instead. So I've had to move 3 studios technically, but I don't mind it all the same. And we were just about to talk about Gray Matter Gaming in general. Andy, what is going on?
Gray Matter Gaming we're a new company. We're right around a year old. We're out of Detroit in Michigan, and we started off making battle mats, the 44x60 for AOS and 40K. We expanded into the 3x3 size for Shatterpoint, Marvel Crisis Protocol, expanded into kill team sizes. We've tripled our design options, so we're now up to almost 20 different styles, maybe more. We're just launching now our 4x6 sizes. So we're continuing to grow. We've been at Adepticon. We were at Michigan GT, Motor City Mayhem. We'll be back at Adepticon this year, so if you're going, please stop by to check us out. We do neoprene. We do a thin neoprene mat. They're high quality images.
You keep going, I'll show it off. It's thin comparatively, so you might think, why thin? Well,
the advantages of thin, it's lighter, it's easier to roll up. When you put mats away, they normally get creases because of how heavy they are. Ours don't. They also come with a hard cardboard core, so you can roll it up. So instead of folding it up, it actually stays rolled.
Yes.
And all of our mats also come with a heavy-duty canvas bag. So it's not nylon, it's canvas. These are all waterproof, stain-resistant. Actually, I have 2 kids at home, and we'd print them out and we'd make it on our dining room table. So they'd eat on it, right, to test it out to make sure stains wouldn't get into it. We use them for Play-Doh for the kids, right, smash and stuff. Everything cleans up great off of it.
That's good, yeah.
I
was going to say, sorry to interrupt, I was going to say the other advantage is it doesn't crack either. Yep. It doesn't dry up.
That's one of the main reasons we went thin, right? Because you have less neoprene, so you don't run into the cracking issues of it drying up as some of the thicker ones do. So there's several advantages. It feels nicer. It's easier to carry around for event organizers who you're carrying around 10 mats at a time. Ours are over a pound lighter than a lot of the other ones that you can get.
And it's easier to ship too in that same regard.
Yeah, it's a lighter weight. So and along those lines for shipping, we ship free in the United States for our mats. So we're the only company that does that for all of our mats. Free shipping in the United States. For our good friends in Canada, we do $10 flat rate shipping.
That's not bad. Well, it's a lot better than what I paid back when I bought a battle mat. I bought battle mats a long time ago, mind you, but. That's a lot more than that in shipping, that's for sure.
And even international, we've shipped to Japan, we've shipped to the Middle East, Australia, all throughout Europe. And for most of those, it's about $20 for the flat rate to most of Europe and to some places in Asia and Australia, depending on your province. So in addition to mats, we do objective markers, neoprene and acrylic. We do it for AOS, we do it for 40K. Our objective markers are double-sided.
Yes.
So it's one of the neat things, and they don't really cost. We don't charge more for them compared to a lot of the other ones that are out there. So you get 2 sides, you get options. We design them to match our mats.
Oh, so speaking of that, why don't you go grab a few out? Right. Boom! Another battle mat with us here this day. So these are the objective markers that Andy was talking about. So it's the 6-inch circumference. So you got the objective in the middle, boom, that's where the objective goes, and then any model on the mat itself is contesting or contributing to the objective, right? That's the idea with these. They're double-sided, like you mentioned. The other side is for a different battle mat. But then again, this technically matches that as well, so it depends on what kind of magic you want to imagine around it.
And so that's the thing, right? You know, some people like the objective markers to have a little bit of a contrast to it because it's something magical you're fighting over.
That's the idea,
some people like it to match it so that way it looks like it belongs in the magical area. So we like to cater to everybody, so we give you options, right? Because another thing is you buy a set of objective markers and it doesn't look right on all the different mats. So this way you have a couple different options. We have the center points marked. We have a 3-inch radius. That's
40K.
Those lines are there.
Yeah.
And then we have the full 6-inch for AOS.
Yeah.
So
it's got different options there. I see a great example is I personally like this one a little bit better because like the idea of the middle matching it, and then you have a purple vortex of magic around it. That's the idea.
And so that's why it's one of those. We started this company about a year ago, and we get feedback from everybody, and we absolutely love people telling us what they want and what styles and what designs they want. And so as we're looking at it, we're like, all right, people seem to want options.
Of course,
right?
Yeah.
And so I think we're the only company doing these double-sided ones in the neoprene with the high-quality print. And so we sell them on our website, graymattergaming.org. We sell them in sets of 6 or sets of 8. Some people want, it's currently 6 for the current GHB, but 8 was the previous one, so some people want to, just in case it goes back to 8 in the future.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't be surprised if they just make a pool of missions that they start pulling from every season going forward, especially with a new edition out maybe around the corner or down the road, I guess I should say. You never know what they're going to do. I guess that's the kind of the struggle for that. You never know what they're going to randomly start doing for their stuff, right? So
we give the options to the customer. This is the cardboard core that I was telling you about. So it's kind of Christmas wrapping paper, but you know, it's hard, it's sturdy.
And that's what the mat rolls up on.
Yep, the mat rolls up on this. We have a little Velcro cord so you can keep it secured inside of the bag. All of our bags have, like I mentioned, they're canvas. The strap goes all the way around.
Oh, this one has a mat in it right now, right?
Yep, this has a mat currently in it. So,
you guys can clearly, you guys have played with battle mats before. They might fold, right? Look at this. It doesn't. It just stays exactly straight. Boom, it's got a lot of body to it. It'll never, like say you don't use it for months at a time and you just have it somewhere, it'll just keep its shape and body in that, even if you don't use them that often.
That's the idea, because I have mats, other mats, and I'm busy, I got kids, so I play once a month sometimes that I use my mat, right? Yeah. So I go and get my old mat out and I unfold, and then I gotta let it sit for a couple hours to get all the creases out. Yeah. So this overcomes that problem. Pricing wise, we're one of the best priced neoprene mats in America when you include the free shipping costs, right? Because normally it's $10 to $20 for shipping. We're free shipping inside the States and flat rates everywhere else. So, and
more importantly, new company, new designs. So if you have just been looking for, like for me, for example, I like the color on this desert one a lot. Unique to me for recording, I would say, purposes, but it doesn't invade the camera too bad, if that makes sense to anyone. Usually lighter colors, lighter tones, with the light reflecting off of it can make it a little off-putting. This is it's warm, but it's like low warm, and it's I don't know, I'm just making up words, but it's nice to play on, it's nice to record, and it doesn't take over from the models, it just adds to the models themselves, right? That's the idea.
And that's our design, what's the word I want to use? A design sensibility, right? That's our motto of our company. Mats are backgrounds for your games, right? Your models are what shines, the terrain you spend the time printing and painting. That's what should be the focus, not the mats.
Yeah, they're just there to get you into the imagination of the game a little bit, right? Yeah, it gives you that backdrop to play on.
Yep, but you want it to look good. You don't want it to look like just like some random blocks of color here. You want a high definition, a high resolution. Yep. So when you look at it, it's like, all right, awesome. This is I'm looking at this is a forest floor. Here's a little path coming.
I especially love the woods because you could put the paths, right? Because then you can, you build around the paths, and all of a sudden you have an imagined battlefield there. Some random backwood caravan path or something through the dense woods. Boom. Beastman ambush, done. Easy, and perfect.
So that's for AOS. This actually sells a ton for Shatterpoint and Star Wars Legion because you get those big trees and you're playing with Ewoks and Wookiees and everything like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? And we have city ones for Marvel Crisis Protocol, urban ones for 40K.
Yeah.
So
Ideal. Like you get a good spread, right? And again, like it's a new company, so you have new patterns. Say you just don't like any of the patterns available for woods or whatever, and then boom, here's one that it's like, I want one that's got paths on it. Bam, you found the one with paths on it. Not super bright, more darker tones, kind of what you're looking for in like in your war games typically, or skirmish games, whichever one you're really playing. And again, there's like it's kind of like a good example of like what a battle mat is trying to accomplish. Is like you ever play like Terraria or something, right? The backgrounds in Terraria are beautiful. You don't really pay attention to them too much, but they like give the game the life that it has when you're playing it.
If they're not there, you'd notice it.
You would notice it, absolutely, right?
Or,
so
yeah,
it's like a cheaper investment for your game to help give it that extra level of life and like less abstraction, more getting involved in the game, like imagination wise.
And one of those things when you think about it, how much money we spend in our models and in our games and everything like that. We do our AOS mats for $73. Including free shipping, right? That's a unit.
Yeah.
Right? So even if you have one, right? I have mats for each of my armies, right? And I paint my armies, I base them. It's like, all right, now where are they going to fight?
Yeah.
Right? I get a mat that gives them home field advantage.
Exactly, yeah.
You know?
So you do that for all your armies?
Yeah, I do.
That's smart. It makes sense. I did that. I technically did that for my Death Guard army for my one battle mat. I only ever had one battle mat, but I did that for my Death Guard.
But I mean, when you think about it, right? How you put $500 to $700 into an army, right? Usually. $73, you get home field advantage, right? I mean, why not?
It's a good way of looking at it, absolutely. But yeah, that's the idea, right? You get the objective markers, you get the battle mats, and it's just like if you've been thinking about getting into battle mats, like go check out Grimdark, absolutely. I especially like this because, like, again, unique to hear, but like dealing with traveling battle mats a lot as a vendor, right?
Yep.
So it's the struggle. You want them to keep that, like that is amazing. That is out of this world for me because everyone I've always dealt with is bloop.
And they're you slapping them over your shoulder, and they're flopping around and
falling off. You can't it's impossible to store these up straight because they just like they fall right over. Right now, this one you just put it in the corner of a closet or something, stand up like that, and it's good to go. You don't need to hang it or anything. If you have like an area to store your models or where you put all your hobby stuff, they take up a very low amount of that area.
Yeah.
Especially if they especially because they stand up all like that. You just get like a large like tote, and if you have like 10 of them, you just boom stack them all in that tote, and they're not going to flop over. You don't have to buy extra dowels. You don't have to buy anything like that. It comes provided with that purchase already.
Yeah, and so all that, including the bag and everything, $73, free shipping in Canada, $10 flat rate. UK, I think $20, something like that. So still not that bad for flat rate. We also do acrylic objective markers. Some people like the transparent see-through ones, so we do those as well.
Yep. Those ones I can't use too much because they reflect something too much.
I didn't even bother bringing them because they're just going, I can't use this, but some people like them in the game.
Yeah. Well, because then you don't have to worry about it matching.
Right, you don't have to, and you can see your mat that you already spend a lot of money on, and you're not spending more money to put things over top of them.
Right.
Everybody likes their own way, so we offer both, right, and we try to make the best for everyone's play style. And we also do movement trays.
Which is what I'll be using in our game tomorrow, yeah.
Yep. So you probably saw them in our game today. I used them for my Lumineth. They're magnetic. They're only 1 millimeter thin, or thick, depending on which way you want to say it. They're rimless. And
very non-invasive.
Yeah, non-invasive, $2 to $3 each. The magnets, they are magnets, so you can use magnets or you can use washers. So I'm going to be using them tomorrow when we play our game. I'll be playing Skaven. So,
nice.
So I have movement trays for my rats, and most of them actually have washers on the bottom of them.
Okay.
And so they hold it really well. So it's really cheap to use. You don't have the rims around the side, easy for transport, $2 to $3 a piece. So
that's like is that like for 5? $2 to $3 for like...
$2 to $3 for each one. We sell a pack of 5 is usually around $10.
Okay.
10 to 12 depending on what size they are.
All right. Well, again, if you've been looking for any movement trays that don't take up a lot of like real estate, then that's exactly what you're kind of looking for there, right? And like you can, because they're magnetic, you can kind of move the models around the movement tray as well. You can expand them, consolidate them, whatever you really want to do, and then they're easy to take off as well. My biggest gripe with like the ones I used a lot were the 40K Apocalypse ones. But like you can't, it was like if you didn't pick it up properly, it would like compact in your hand and explode, and then the models would go everywhere.
Yep.
This one you just kind of grab them by groupings, and like you only need to grab a couple of models,
Yep.
and then the whole thing will kind of lift.
Yep.
And nothing will fall. Like they haven't for me, so
Yep, and it's one of those, and then if you get a casualty, it's easy to remove 1 or 2 models without moving the whole unit too.
Yeah, exactly.
So
yeah.
we tried to engineer that strength, because it's like that difficulty. If it's too weak, right, you can't move the unit.
Yeah.
If it's too strong, you can't remove casualties, you can't rearrange.
And then you might pull your magnets off, or they might be stronger than the glue holding the magnet on.
We actually spent a lot of engineering time to get that magnetic force in just right.
Well, that would be, I could see that being a struggle. I understand that struggle, absolutely. I've dealt with them over the years. Like, I've had lots of moon tracers, like, it just isn't going to work.
Yep.
The magnets are too strong. You might have times I've had people like come in with their carrying cases and like the tray they're on, whatever magnet they're using, they just pull their guys right off the bases. Like, damn, that's rough.
Yep.
A lot of fixing necessary.
And so one of the nice parts about since our movement trays are magnets, the whole movement tray can go onto your metal rack that you're moving them around with.
Exactly.
And so if you use like MDF or 3D printed ones, a lot of times you can't necessarily keep them onto there, so you transport them and then you move them onto a movement tray.
You have to tray them up afterwards.
And then you put them back in, right? These, you don't have to worry about it.
You just pull them right off the carrying case and put them on the table,
Yep.
deployed. Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. All right, easy enough. Makes sense. Anything else you want to add? Anything else you can think of?
No, that's most of it. We're a new company. We're excited. We're going to be at Adepticon this year, so come check us out. We're continuing to grow.
Well, I guess it's not too far for you at all to get to Adepticon.
No.
Well, I guess it's like, I don't know how far it is. Maybe like 4.
It's about 4 hours.
4 hours? Yeah.
It's
okay.
about 4 hours. It's not bad, though.
It's not bad at all. No, because they've done the drives 8 hours for us,
Yeah.
ish, a little bit longer, but yeah, it's not too bad at all. But yeah, Adepticon, big one.
So we'll be there. We do custom orders for custom prints for either objective markers or even mats. We've worked with a couple game companies now making their mats for their game systems.
Okay.
So
nice.
we do all sorts of custom stuff. So it's fun.
Good to know. Yeah, I guess you could even do that for like RPG settings and everything too, if you want
Yep.
like a big mat for like an RPG. Could you ever put like a grid on it?
We actually make 2 different RPG mats that have grids printed on them.
Oh, there you go. Perfect.
So-
Another great excuse to grab one.
So we
Yeah.
have those, and those also come with a dry erase film. So the mat has a grid on it, and then there's a dry erase film that goes over top.
Right.
And if you want to use the dry erase film, you can use it. And if you don't want to use it, you just don't use it.
You just don't use it.
Right,
exactly,
but you have that option.
Okay.
Right.
Interesting.
So we have those 2. We also do board game mats, where they're just kind of more neutral patterns, like a tavern table or like a geometric pattern.
Right.
And you just put on like your kitchen table or something for cards or for whatever board game you're playing.
Okay.
Because dice roll better on neoprene, right? You can pick
Yeah.
up cards easier off of it.
Absolutely, you don't make that big clatter. So if anyone's like prone to headaches because loud sounds, you don't have to worry about dice on tables. You just
Yep.
dice on your brain's a heck of a lot more
Yep.
quiet. That's for sure.
We actually ran into a puzzle community that bought up a ton of our mats because I guess puzzles got really big after the pandemic.
Oh, sure. Okay.
And so people are like, yeah, I need a place to play my puzzles with. I'm like, all right. And so
Well, it's a nice background. It's
Yeah.
kind of relaxing, right? Again, but the puzzle helps you get in the mood, right? That's the idea.
Yeah.
So lots of great uses for it. The grid one's smart. I didn't think about that. That's a nice little addition there
Yep.
too. That helps a lot too. Especially like, again, what's cooler than fighting like a Warhammer Fantasy Battle encounter in the RPG or a Dungeons and Dragons adventure in the backwoods somewhere? Bam! Throw a
Yep.
grid on it. Done. Resolved. Figured out. Easy enough, right?
Yeah.
That's the idea. Well, thank you very much, Andy, for the game. Thank you very much for bringing some of your supplies with you. It was a pleasure to play on them, and it will be fun tomorrow as well. So stay tuned for that game to come. It will be Soulblight, myself, against your Skaven.
yes, it will.
I'm going to go for a Highlander list.
All right.
And you got like a classic old school fantasy list coming up.
I have an interesting list. I got two bells. I got it's that old school kind of a list going. A little bit of Molder, a little bit of Scryer, and a couple bells.
All right, perfect. Well, we will see you guys all in that game. Stay tuned for it to come. Again, thank you, Andy, and happy wargaming to all.